Our story begins at the imposing headquarters of DY Agency, a beacon of ambition in the bustling city where dreams of stardom are forged and shattered. Inside, a male auditionee, Lee Tae-sung, pours his soul into a performance. His voice rings out raw and powerful as he stands before the recording microphone, headphones clamped over his ears. Every fiber of his being is dedicated to the music, his body swaying with the rhythm, a picture of confident artistry. In the observation room, the audition judge, male 1, and audition judge, male 2, watch intently, their expressions unreadable as Lee Tae-sung continues his performance. The audition judge, male 1, acknowledges Lee Tae-sung's talent, stating he's the best of the current batch, while the audition judge, male 2, praises his style. As the judges review a poster of idol Kim Won-jun, they discuss the remaining auditionees, wondering if Lee Tae-sung was the last, only to be told there's one more. The audition judge, male 2's face contorts in surprise, a hint of disdain creeping in as he glances towards the next participant. That next participant is Daniel Park, original body, sitting alone on a sofa, his large frame and downcast eyes betraying a deep sense of anxiety and dejection. The judges recoil, their faces etched with clear disapproval, making no effort to hide their negative judgment of Daniel Park, original body. Daniel Park, original body, sits, head bowed, absorbing the harsh words, the unspoken verdict of his failure echoing in the room. He can hear everything. Lee Tae-sung stands triumphantly beside the audition judge, male 1, who dismisses Daniel Park, original body, by saying someone else passed. Daniel Park, original body, pleads for just one more chance, a single opportunity to prove himself. Defeated, Daniel Park, original body, walks away from the agency, his shoulders slumped, the weight of rejection heavy on his frame as the city lights begin to glow. On the bus, he attempts to channel his emotions into lyrics, scribbling furiously in a notebook, hoping to transform his pain into art. Other passengers mock him, whispering about anime lyrics and otaku. Despite the empty seat beside him, everyone stands, a silent testament to the social ostracization he endures, his presence deemed gross by his peers. Later, in his bed, Daniel Park, original body, continues to write, driven by a quiet desperation. He thinks of his ailing grandmother, promising her a better future. School, a sign points towards the vocal dance department, a place where talent is recognized and dreams are still alive. Lee Tae-sung, now a celebrity, revels in the attention, surrounded by fawning students. He boasts of his acceptance into DY Agency, questioning if he isn't better than the transfer student they've been talking about. He smirks confidently, enjoying his newfound popularity and the admiration of his classmates. Daniel Park, original body, sits alone in class, overhearing the gossip about Lee Tae-sung, his face a mask of silent suffering. Other students mock him, asking if he also auditioned. Close-up on a stylish sneaker hints at impending action, a prelude to the violence about to erupt. Without warning, Lee Tae-sung delivers a brutal kick, sending Daniel Park, original body's desk flying and him sprawling across the classroom floor. The bully laughs, declaring it so embarrassing. Lee Tae-sung and his cronies, Jin-ho and Soo-gun, continue their reign of terror, harassing a terrified female student while callously dismissing Daniel Park, original body, as a sucker. Meanwhile, other female students excitedly discuss the upcoming festival's slave auction, where first-year boys are put up for bid, with only girls allowed to participate. They admire the good style of students like Jae Yeol and Lee Jin-sung from the fashion department, speculating on who will be chosen. Other girls express their preference for the scary but their type guys from the architecture department, like Vasco, who exude a tough charm. Then, the conversation shifts to Jang Hyun from the hairstyle department, noted for his striking looks and confident demeanor, a sure bet for the auction. But all chatter ceases as Daniel Park, attractive body, enters, radiating an undeniable aura. The girls shriek, captivated by his shining presence and the rumors of his wealthy background. His effortless charm has the girls in a frenzy, their thoughts echoing a collective desire to buy him and speculating on his expensive aura, believing he'll only grow more sought after. Whispers spread about the 1,000,001 bid from 2 years ago, wondering if he's now a third year, and noting his presence in the practical music department, a place rumored to be full of nice guys. Meanwhile, Daniel Park, original body, overhears the chatter, feeling the stark contrast. The talk of rival departments and a fun festival performance only amplifies his own silent despair. Far from the excitement, a hand clutches a pen, poised over a surface. Pen moves, scrawling hateful words, pig, idiot, die, a grim act of self-loathing or a tormentor's cruel message. Daniel Park, original body, endures the relentless torment, his bullies Jin-ho and Soo-gun chuckling, finding his misery childish entertainment. Elsewhere, a female student announces the festival performers, asking if anyone else wants to join, mentioning Jin-ho Bin and Go Jong-ji as a potential duet. The news ignites excitement, with one student exclaiming about the duet and another eagerly anticipating the destruction of the practical music department. Student, wearing a PPP cap, grins, declaring their intention to destroy the practical music department with the performance. He boasts that the agency president is coming to see him, planning a great performance and an introduction for Jong-ji. Daniel Park, original body, silently watches, a profound sense of envy washing over him, wishing for even a fraction of that attention. Later, a weary Daniel Park, original body, walks home, asking his grandmother if she sold a lot while she expresses concern about him finishing school. His kind grandmother at her humble food stall offers him a meal, asking if he's hungry and urging him to eat some. Daniel Park, original body, declines, explaining the food is for sale, but his grandmother insists, reassuring him it's okay. Suddenly, a chilling voice calls out, "Hey, Duckwa!" Daniel Park, original body, eyes widen in stark terror, recognizing the voice of his tormentors. Inho, Sugun, and a third bully approach, mocking Daniel Park, original body, and his grandmother, asking if this is your grandma and is your house this way? His grandmother, oblivious to the malice, kindly asks if they are Daniel Park, original body's friends, urging them to be nice to him as Daniel Park, original body, looks on in utter dread. She generously offers them food from her stall, insisting they must be hungry and have some, praising its taste. Bullies devour the food with shocking greed, demanding more fish cake soup and stir-fried rice cake, even fighting over the last fish cake. His grandmother beams, happy to see them eating well, telling them to eat lots and be nice to Duckwa, completely unaware of their true intentions. Daniel Park, original body, feels a pang of guilt, announcing he's full now as his grandmother offers to wrap up the leftovers for him. A devastating sight, the food stall is completely empty. They ate everything. Daniel Park, original body, realizes with a sinking heart, knowing his grandmother needed to sell those. His face contorts in anguish, the realization of his grandmother's loss hitting him hard. To add insult to injury, the bullies have carelessly discarded the wrappers and scraps on the dirty ground, a cruel mockery of his grandmother's hard work. His grandmother, still smiling, comments on how lively his friends are, unknowingly twisting the knife deeper into Daniel Park, original body's soul. The next day, the school building stands under a clear sky, a facade of normalcy masking the daily cruelty within its walls. A classroom door slides open, signaling the arrival of Daniel Park, original body's tormentors. As Daniel Park, original body, enters, the whispers and sneers begin. Students mock him as the son of fish cake handcart, claiming his grandmother's food tastes horrible and is dirty. The blackboard is defiled with hateful graffiti, duck HWAPYUN, street handcart, pollution stir-fried rice cake rehash. Never eat it. Tastes horrible. The bully's cruelty knows no bounds. Daniel Park, original body's mind reels, replaying the scene of the bullies devouring his grandmother's livelihood. They ate everything. We couldn't sell, he thinks, a wave of helplessness washing over him. His hand clenches into a furious fist. Evil bastards, he seethes, a silent vow of retribution forming in his heart, even as he recalls that Eminem was bullied too. The bullying continues as a hand ruthlessly yanks someone's hair, a grim reminder of the daily terror. The stark reality of the school's harsh environment persists. Even amidst the academic backdrop, a blonde student, dismissive and bored, declares the festival's performance sign-ups are closing. A fellow student, equally arrogant, mockingly questions who would dare challenge Hobin, his laughter echoing with disdain. Another student, concealed behind dark sunglasses, adds to the mockery, expressing mock concern about being shamed by any potential challenger. Suddenly, a hand reaches out, a silent prelude to yet another act of aggression. The onlookers react with wide-eyed shock, their faces contorted in disbelief. Even the smug student in sunglasses shows a flicker of surprise, a bead of sweat tracing his temple. It's Daniel Park, original body, once more, his head ruthlessly yanked down by an unseen hand, a cruel continuation of his torment. Daniel Park, original body's face is a mask of discomfort as his tormentors taunt him, one of them declaring, "I am not Eminem," adding bizarre humor to the humiliation. The scene shifts, revealing the bustling school entrance, a stark contrast to the hidden cruelty within its walls. Camera pans to the cafeteria sign, signaling another daily ritual, another potential arena for social hierarchy. Inside, Daniel Park, attractive body, walks confidently, carrying his tray, while Daniel Park, original body, follows, his own tray in hand. Other students whisper, "It's young Suk." The harsh reality of the school's social order is laid bare as Jang Hyun and his cronies relentlessly kick the fat victim student, who lies helpless on the ground. Daniel Park, attractive body, observes the scene, detached, as a bully delivers a SARS kick to the fat victim student. Meanwhile, Daniel Park, original body, stands, burdened by two trays, internally noting the casual cruelty. Daniel Park, original body, reflects on his past, recalling how he was forced to eat alone, a daily ritual of humiliation. He observes others like himself, lamenting their shared fate at the bottom of the social hierarchy. Daniel Park, attractive body, smiles, extending an unexpected invitation for Daniel Park, original body, to join his table. Daniel Park, original body, internally despairs, realizing that even after escaping, his new reality offers no real solution. The empty cafeteria tables stand as a silent testament to the unspoken rules of segregation within the school. Jang Hyun and his cohorts observe Daniel Park, attractive body, their expressions a mix of curiosity and simmering antagonism. Daniel Park, original body, sits happily at the table, a rare moment of peace, unaware of the hostile gazes directed his way. Daniel Park, attractive body, smiles, spoon in hand, seemingly oblivious to the internal turmoil of Daniel Park, original body, beside him. The bully's thoughts echo, questioning Daniel Park, attractive body's motives for associating with pathetic kids. The student in sunglasses, initially mocking, now observes Daniel Park's attractive body with a flicker of genuine consideration, musing that he might be protecting the weaker students. A sudden clang startles Daniel Park's original body, causing his cup to fall, his momentary peace shattered. The student in sunglasses, resuming his arrogant demeanor, casually orders Daniel Park's original body to get some water. The student in sunglasses confronts Daniel Park's original body, initially complimenting his looks before quickly turning aggressive, demanding to know why Daniel Park's original body is glaring like a dog. Daniel Park's original body is internally terrified. A close-up reveals the student in sunglasses' eye, a hint of surprise behind the dark lenses as he utters a confused "huh?" Student in sunglasses' confused "huh" hangs in the air as Lee Jin-sung, still wearing his determined expression, glances over. His brow furrows, a silent question marking his face. A bead of sweat trickles down Lee Jin-sung's temple. Whispers ripple through the crowd, observing his recent change. He no longer bullies others, a fact noted by those around him. The short-haired girl student watches the escalating tension, her expression a mix of concern and curiosity, reflecting the growing unease in the room. A trio of bullies, led by the one in sunglasses, step forward, their faces twisted into sneers. They taunt Lee Jin-sung, asking if he's actively trying to get a beating and accusing him of bad behavior. Lee Jin-sung stands his ground, a puzzled look on his face as the bullies accuse him of stealing snacks and mock his sunglasses. He clearly has no idea what they're talking about. Other students watch, some thrilled by the prospect of a fight, while others shrink back intimidated. They recognize Lee Jin-sung and his associate, noting the clash between the fashion and vocal departments. Close-up on a student's mouth reveals the single word that seems to be the catalyst for this confrontation: sunglasses. Suddenly, a new figure emerges, Vasco, formidable and tattooed, flanked by two stern companions. He calmly instructs someone to pick up a discarded water cup. Daniel Park's original body watches in awe, recognizing Vasco. He recalls rumors of Vasco's legendary fighting prowess, wondering if this intervention is a form of revenge for him. Bully in sunglasses, still defiant, retorts to Vasco's command, telling him to throw the cup away himself and challenging Vasco, asking if he wants to die. Vasco, unfazed, questions the bully's upbringing, asking if he was never taught not to litter. The bully, enraged, curses and tells Vasco to get lost. The fat victim student and another bystander watch nervously. One of the bullies, seemingly eager for a fight, taunts Vasco, while another expresses a wish to avoid involvement. Vasco demands the bully in sunglasses remove his shades. The bully sweats nervously, then tries to regain composure, inviting Vasco to come at him while declaring he doesn't hit people with glasses. In a fit of frustration, the bully in sunglasses violently kicks a nearby desk, sending it crashing with a loud thud, his anger boiling over. Vasco and his companion observe the outburst. His companion curses the bullies, calling them "king bastards," while Vasco remains stoic. Meanwhile, Daniel Park's attractive body, Lee Jin-sung, and another student from the fashion department calmly watch the unfolding drama, seemingly unaffected by the chaos, a stark contrast to the bullies. Daniel Park's attractive body is surrounded by admiring girls who playfully ask if he'll participate in the upcoming festival's slave auction or perform. He modestly dismisses the idea, while the girls joke about buying him. The bully in sunglasses, now with a female student, smugly claims to know why Vasco didn't fight. The girl playfully tells him to shut up, implying a flirtatious dynamic. Lee Jin-sung, standing beside the short-haired girl student, expresses his discomfort with the fighting, asking why people behave that way. The short-haired girl student agrees, sharing a light-hearted moment with him. Vasco and his companion are approached by students, asking if Vasco will perform or participate in the slave auction, hinting at his popularity and talent beyond fighting. Vasco's companion looks on, a worried expression on his face, calling out Vasco's name, perhaps concerned about the attention or the implications of the slave auction discussion. As the day draws to a close, the school building is bathed in the warm, orange glow of the setting sun, marking the end of another eventful day. Inside an empty classroom, golden sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the quiet air. The desks sit in neat rows, awaiting the next day's students. A broom sweeps across the floor, pushing dirt and debris. Daniel Park's original body's feet are visible, diligently cleaning the classroom, a routine he often undertakes. Daniel Park's original body pauses, a thoughtful expression on his face. He recalls the questions about performing, a notion he'd never considered for himself. The idea sparks a flicker of something new within him. His mind conjures an image, himself on a brightly lit stage, performing before a cheering crowd. It's a fantasy, a stark contrast to his usual reality. He reflects on his past, how he often sang alone, finding solace in music. But the thought of performing for others, of being seen, was a dream he'd never dared to entertain. The memory shifts to his lonely home, his mother always at work, leaving him to stare at the familiar ceiling. He was always alone, but some days the solitude weighed heavier than others. Close-up reveals the raw vulnerability in Daniel Park's original body's eyes. He admits his loneliness, a quiet plea to the empty room, a simple desire to connect, to talk. His silent plea hangs in the air as Daniel Park's original body scans the empty classroom, confirming his utter solitude. "Ah, there's no one around?" he murmurs to himself. Later, alone in his bed, he finds a quiet solace, singing a song just for himself, a private melody echoing in the quiet room. The quiet classroom, where he often seeks refuge, is bathed in the warm, golden glow of the setting sun. Back in that same empty classroom, Daniel Park, original body, stands, a solitary figure in the vast, sun-drenched space. He muses on his passion for music, lamenting that his lyrics feel boring without a melody, wishing he could mix singing and rapping like his idols Go Jong Ji and Jin Ho Bin. He resigns himself to rapping alone, determined to create something. Suddenly, a sharp, piercing sound slices through the silence, catching Daniel Park, original body's attention with an electrifying jolt. A gentle breeze playfully tugs at the classroom curtains, creating a soft rustle that belies the tension in the air. By the sunlit window, Daniel Park, attractive body, stretches languidly, a wide yawn escaping his lips as he begins to stir. Daniel Park, original body, stares, mouth agape, his peaceful solitude abruptly shattered by the unexpected sight. The setting sun casts long, fading shadows as the lingering echoes of Daniel Park, original body's solitary song seem to fill the air. A cool autumn breeze drifts through the truly empty classroom, a stark, almost unsettling contrast to the vivid presence of Daniel Park, attractive body, just moments before. Daniel Park, attractive body, sings with heartfelt emotion, his eyes closed in deep concentration, his voice resonating through the room. A bead of sweat trickles down Daniel Park, attractive body's temple, highlighting his intense effort and focus in his performance. He finishes his song, then frantically looks around, hoping no one overheard his private moment. I sang in the classroom, he thinks. I hope no one heard it. Ha! Did someone hear? Suddenly, Daniel Park, original body, appears, startling Daniel Park, attractive body, with his unexpected presence. Hi, he stammers, then realizes, it's him? Daniel Park, original body, stutters, beads of sweat forming on his face as he struggles to voice his request. With me. Mustering his courage, Daniel Park, original body, finally asks Daniel Park, attractive body, to join him on stage for the festival. Please join me on stage for the festival. Daniel Park, attractive body's eyes widen in utter shock, completely taken aback by the audacious request. Daniel Park, original body, desperately explains, praising Daniel Park, attractive body's voice and admitting his need. He then questions the feasibility, asking, what are you saying? Our social status is at the bottom. Sweat pours down Daniel Park, original body's face as his thoughts race, denying any intention to exploit popularity and wondering, how could we do something like that? How could we? With a sudden burst of conviction, Daniel Park, original body, declares, I am confident my rap will be acknowledged. We are going to surprise everyone. Please trust me. Daniel Park, attractive body's eyes reflect a dawning realization, a flicker of understanding igniting within them. Daniel Park, original body, continues, offering to accept any backlash but urging Daniel Park, attractive body, to simply consider his proposal. If you're going to hit me, then hit me. Just think about it once. That's all I ask. As the two Daniels stand together, Daniel Park, attractive body, ponders the weight of the request, silently questioning, could I do it? Daniel Park, attractive body, stands tall and confident, embodying the image of an elitist with perfect looks, height, and perceived wealth. In a striking, synchronized pose, the two Daniels move in unison, a powerful synergy hinting at their combined potential to shake the foundations of expectation. Unleashing his hidden talent, Daniel Park, attractive body, captivates with a powerful vocal performance, his voice resonating with unexpected depth and skill. A wave of anxiety washes over Daniel Park, original body, as Daniel Park, attractive body, arrives at his modest home, the stark contrast between them a source of mounting panic. Daniel Park, original body, internally panics, convinced his shabby living conditions will utterly disappoint Daniel Park, attractive body, his mind racing with self-doubt and fear of judgment. Daniel Park, original body, mutters Daniel Park, attractive body's name, his anxiety peaking as he imagines him abandoning their practice, his face contorted in distress. Daniel Park, attractive body, ever practical, questions why the lights are on during the day, linking it to broader economic principles, a surprising display of fiscal awareness. Daniel Park, original body, is stunned by Daniel Park, attractive body's meticulous and frugal household tips, realizing his counterpart possesses an unexpected level of domestic wisdom and life experience. Daniel Park, attractive body, then casually asks if Daniel Park, original body, wants to hear a song he composed, revealing yet another layer of his unexpected and impressive talents. Daniel Park, attractive body, turns, a hint of vulnerability in his eyes, awaiting Daniel Park, original body's judgment on his composition, a rare moment of uncertainty. The room fills with the rich, clear sound of Daniel Park, attractive body's music, a testament to his undeniable skill and passion. Daniel Park, original body, blushes, downplaying his own work, while Daniel Park, attractive body, assures him that his work will improve, his confidence unwavering. Daniel Park, original body, observes the familiar, humble environment of Daniel Park, attractive body's room, recognizing a shared background in similar struggles. A closer look reveals a wall covered in practical, everyday notes echoing Daniel Park, original body's own struggles and habits, a mirror of their shared reality. Daniel Park, original body, meticulously plans their performance, suggesting Daniel Park, attractive body, start with a melody, noting his strong vocal appeal, while Daniel Park, attractive body, agrees thoughtfully. Daniel Park original body emphasizes the critical importance of the opening melody, his focus unwavering, clearly passionate about the music and their joint success. A montage of past struggles flashes through Daniel Park original body's mind, a stark reminder of his past resentment towards his mother and the harshness of the world. From behind, Daniel Park attractive body observes Daniel Park original body, a silent witness to his friend's dedication and internal turmoil. Daniel Park attractive body sings with heartfelt emotion, his appealing voice filling the room, though a subtle concern lingers about his vocal endurance. Daniel Park original body offers detailed feedback, but the underlying truth remains: true mastery takes time, a luxury they don't possess before the festival. Daniel Park original body acknowledges their limited time and Daniel Park attractive body's vocal limitations, realizing the burden now falls squarely on him to carry the performance. With a determined expression, Daniel Park original body resolves to compensate for Daniel Park attractive body's limitations, taking on the responsibility to make their performance a success. The sky outside blazes with a warm, fading light, marking the passage of time and the approaching deadline. Daniel Park attractive body clutches his throat, questioning if he overexerted himself, while Daniel Park original body watches with growing concern. Daniel Park original body expresses his concern, reminding Daniel Park attractive body about his vocal limits and lamenting their desperate lack of time. Suddenly, Daniel Park attractive body's attention is drawn by a voice calling his name, pulling him from their intense practice session. An elderly woman at a bustling food stall greets Daniel Park attractive body with warmth, urging him and Daniel Park original body to eat, her kindness a stark contrast to their worries. Daniel Park original body sweats profusely, haunted by the memory of the three thugs who previously harassed him, a chilling premonition of past dangers resurfacing. Daniel Park attractive body looks on, a flicker of surprise crossing his face as he observes Daniel Park original body's sudden, unexplained distress. Daniel Park original body watches the coughing old woman with empathy, realizing she shares a stubbornness similar to his own, pushing through illness. A warm, nostalgic smile appears on the old woman's face, reminding Daniel Park original body of his own mother, a moment of unexpected comfort. The old woman, still smiling kindly, greets Daniel Park original body, her simple gesture a stark contrast to his earlier anxieties and fears. Daniel Park attractive body politely declines the food, explaining they've already eaten, his charming smile radiating gratitude and respect. Daniel Park original body's stomach loudly betrays him, a rumbling protest against Daniel Park attractive body's polite refusal, leaving him utterly mortified. The humiliation was a bitter pill, but as night fell, Daniel Park original body found himself once more at the familiar convenience store, a place that had become a strange sanctuary. His mind, however, was not on the embarrassment but on his burgeoning singing ambition. He yearned for more practice, questioning if he could truly excel with limited time. Driven by an insatiable desire, Daniel Park original body continued to practice, his voice echoing softly in the quiet store. Suddenly, a sharp pain lanced through his throat, a familiar sensation that usually signaled the end of his practice sessions. But this time, a shocking realization hit him. His throat, despite the intense vocal exercise, felt no pain at all. A wave of exhilaration washed over him. In his original body, he could push his vocal cords without fatigue, allowing for endless practice. Overjoyed, he decided to seize the opportunity, declaring his intention to practice through the entire night, his excitement palpable. Mid-song, the chime of the entrance door startled him, forcing a sudden, awkward greeting to a new customer. His eyes widened in disbelief as the customer stepped into view. It was Sun, the girl he admired, standing right before him. Her beauty captivated him once more, confirming his internal thought: she was indeed the stunning girl he'd encountered previously. A flush of mortification spread across Daniel Park original body's face as he recalled their last awkward encounter, fearing a repeat of his embarrassment. To his surprise, Sun smiled warmly and complimented his singing, finding his voice pleasant. Daniel Park original body stammered a response, his internal monologue confirming his earlier assessment: Sun was genuinely kind. As Daniel Park original body handed over her requested Vita Sue, Sun expressed her appreciation for his hard work during the late hours. Before leaving, Sun left a drink for Daniel Park original body, urging him to take care. He thanked her, secretly wishing for her return. Alone again, Daniel Park original body reflected on Sun's beauty, wondering if even a celebrity could compare to her charm. The night deepened, stars twinkling faintly above the solitary street light. His peaceful moment was abruptly shattered by the door chime once more, and Daniel Park original body instinctively began his greeting, only to be cut short by a jolt of surprise. His heart pounded as he recognized Jin Ho, one of his tormentors, accompanied by an unfamiliar large figure. Daniel Park original body's mind reeled. Jin Ho, and who is that? The narrator clarifies that Jin Ho, the unexpected guest, had come to apologize for past bullying, admitting he lacked the courage to face Daniel Park original body alone. Daniel Park original body, still flustered, tried to reassure Jin Ho, stating he understood the situation and that it was alright. Jin Ho offered Daniel Park original body a drink, a gesture of peace. Daniel Park original body hesitantly accepted, thanking him. Soon, an unlikely trio formed: Daniel Park, original body, Jin Ho, and the large student, all engrossed in their phones, sitting in awkward silence. Daniel Park, original body, internally cringed at the sight of them, labeling their combined presence a truly pathetic sight. Jin Ho, still holding his drink, seemed to be struggling to articulate something, his expression shifting to surprise. Jin Ho revealed his own struggles, confessing that he too had been bullied since starting school and his passion for clothing was overshadowed by the presence of gangsters. The large student beside him echoed Jin Ho's sentiment, admitting he also faced similar hardships. He explained that he loved music, but the school, filled with attractive students, made him feel isolated and unable to form friendships. Daniel Park, original body, listened, a wave of empathy washing over him. He realized they shared a common plight, and he too had his own tales of torment to tell. The air shimmered with unspoken pain, a shared understanding of lives lived under the shadow of torment. Daniel Park, original body, knew this conversation, though somber, forged an unexpected bond. Sometimes, a fleeting sense of rebellion offered a hollow comfort. Daniel Park, original body, watched as another student, attempting to project an image of defiance, lit a cigarette. He internally questioned if this was the Jin Ho he knew, or simply another victim trying to cope. The student declared he smoked to alleviate sadness, believing it made him appear powerful. Yet, the unseen whispers around him mocked his pretense, remarking on how ill-suited the act was and how transparent his bluffing truly seemed. Then, the smoking student began to speak of a savior. A kid named Lee Jin-sung stops guys who are bullying me, so things are fine now. Daniel Park, original body, eyes widened in recognition, realizing the student was unknowingly praising his attractive self. Another bullied student chimed in, equally relieved. He also eats lunch with me too. Both victims were unknowingly describing Daniel Park, attractive body, as kindness and protection. A wave of emotion washed over the second student, his face flushing with gratitude as he exclaimed, "Hyung-suk is really nice." Tears welled as he poured out his relief. Suddenly, a swift motion. The smoking student flinched, his cigarette snatched away mid-puff. Vasco stood before them, a stern gaze fixing on the student. He held the still-burning cigarette with his bare hand, a silent testament to his raw power. The bullied students trembled, fear and awe mixing in their expressions. They recognized Vasco, the tough student from the architecture department who had just casually handled a lit cigarette with his bare hand, unfazed by the heat. Vasco listened intently as the students recounted tales of Hyung-suk, how he shared lunch, how he fought only when necessary, never boasting of his strength. Daniel Park, original body, realized Vasco was hearing the legend of his other self. A complicated expression crossed Vasco's face, a mix of contemplation and perhaps a hint of respect for the unseen Hyung-suk. Then, Vasco's attention shifted. He turned, his gaze falling upon Daniel Park, original body, who was startled to be addressed directly. With a firm voice, Vasco delivered a powerful message: "You are not weak. Train hard." His words resonated deep within Daniel Park, original body, a spark of determination igniting. Later, at the convenience store, Daniel Park, original body, purchased chocolate milk and burn cream for his singed fingers, a small but painful reminder of the earlier incident. He had forgotten his initial purpose for coming, lost in the moment. Days passed under a clear, endless sky. Daniel Park, original body, looked up, a silent contemplation brewing within him. Then, a jolt of pure shock. His eyes widened, a silent scream caught in his throat. The revelation hit him with overwhelming force, his expression contorting in disbelief. Meanwhile, Daniel Park, attractive body, stood serene, radiating an undeniable aura of confidence and skill. During an audition, Daniel Park, attractive body, unleashed a performance that stunned the judges. His skills had dramatically escalated, leaving the audience bewildered and questioning if only 10 days had passed since his last showing. The crowd erupted in murmurs, unable to comprehend the rapid, almost impossible, surge in his abilities. "He's much more skilled now. It has only been 10 days, they exclaimed. Alone in his room, Daniel Park, original body, pondered the incredible transformation. How could such a drastic improvement occur so quickly? Facing the astonished questions about his sudden mastery, Daniel Park, attractive body, simply smiled, attributing his newfound prowess to relentless practice. But the audience still wondered if he had been holding back his true power all along. Then, the truth, a system-level advantage, surfaced. Daniel Park, attractive body, revealed his secret: "I practiced 24 hours with 2 bodies." The implication of such a feat left everyone questioning if he was truly a genius or something more. Daniel Park, original body, was awestruck, sweat beading on his brow. The sheer potential of his dual existence dawned on him. This unique ability, this hardcore mode of training, held the power to truly surprise everyone. Realized this power wasn't just a convenience, it was a weapon, a tool to forge a new destiny. The sheer potential of his dual existence dawned on him, filling Daniel Park, original body, with a mix of awe and trepidation. This unique ability, this hardcore mode of training, truly held the power to surprise everyone, including himself. The stage for his transformation was already set as the campus buzzed with the impending excitement of the 10th J1 Festival. A massive banner, emblazoned with the festival's emblem, billowed in the clear sky, promising a day of spectacle. Students began to gather, their anticipation growing as the 10th J1 Festival was about to begin. Finally, the long-awaited event was upon them. the air filled with pulsating club music, sparking curiosity among the students.
Was this electronic music? What was happening?
Their questions were answered as a delivery truck rumbled into view, instantly capturing everyone's attention. From the truck emerged DJ Rupee, a third-year student from the practical music department, ready to ignite the crowd with his performance.
He immediately took to the decks, transforming the truck into a mobile DJ booth, a bold move for his third-year career plan.
The driver, graduate DJ Suda, watched with a smile, anticipating the excitement of the festival.
With a triumphant gesture, DJ Rupee declared the festival officially open, electrifying the crowd. Meanwhile, various departments were busy with their own events.
A female student from one department attempted to recruit handsome boys for their activities, aiming to maximize profits.
However, not all department events were met with enthusiasm. Daniel Park, original body, and another student recoiled in horror at the mention of a slave auction, vehemently refusing to participate.
Elsewhere, Daniel Park, attractive body, stood in a boxing ring, clad in protective gear, exuding a calm yet formidable presence. He moved with breathtaking agility, effortlessly dodging multiple incoming punches from his opponents, leaving them frustrated and amazed. A banner advertised the challenge: hit him once within a minute for 5,001, doubled if successful.
Yet 10 challengers had already failed to land a single blow.
His friends watched, utterly bewildered. They knew Daniel Park, attractive body, had despised the slave auction, but his sudden, unexpected boxing prowess left them questioning everything. Other departments showcased their specialized skills. The hairstyle department offered quick makeovers, with a charismatic stylist inviting customers for a fresh fringe cut. He worked his magic, charming a female student who was utterly captivated by his skill and good looks, her face flushed with admiration. With the cut complete, he reassured her that any initial awkwardness would quickly fade, making polite conversation about her school. The hairstyle department's second-year class president, Lee Seo-yun, surveyed the finished cut with a critical gaze. While the result was undeniably impressive, she mused on the apparent disparity between the skill displayed and the reputation of the person who executed it, a hint of confusion clouding her expression. Daniel Park, attractive body's work had transformed the hairstyle department's booth into a sensation. Girls clamored around, eager for a haircut or even just his contact, turning the humble school event into a celebrity meet and greet, much to the department's unprecedented profit. Meanwhile, the baking department attempted to entice visitors with a display of freshly baked goods, the promise of warm bread wafting through the air. Two students from the baking department struggled to make sales. One aggressively pitched free coffee with every purchase, while the other, visibly embarrassed, could only muster a timid plea for customers. Jong Young-ho, the first-year class president of the baking department, erupted in a frustrated shout, admitting his complete inability to perform the necessary sales pitches with any enthusiasm. The second-year class president, Kim Hwan-jun, countered with a furious roar, demanding to know why the first-years weren't handling the sales themselves despite his own strenuous efforts. Jong Young-ho dissolved into dramatic sobs, feeling utterly betrayed, while the other student nearby could only express his profound annoyance at the escalating drama. A senior attempted to pass down a symbolic bread sword imbued with the soul and dignity of their predecessors, only for Jong Yang-ho to contemptuously reject it, calling it a dirty, useless cake knife. Shifting focus to the architecture department, the air crackled with competitive energy. Vasco, a formidable first year with distinctive tattoos, was dominating an arm wrestling challenge, having already secured 10 victories. The prize money for defeating him was doubled, a tempting lure.
Despite his numerous wins, Vasco's focus remained unwavering.
His opponent, though struggling, was determined to break his winning streak, vowing to emerge victorious this time. A new wave of muscular challengers stepped forward, convinced that Vasco must be nearing exhaustion and that his reign of victory was about to end. Even Vasco, the undefeated champion, began to show visible signs of fatigue, sweat dripping down his face as a concerned, spiky-haired student looked up at him. The spiky-haired student, seizing the opportunity, excitedly proposed a different activity to Vasco, suggesting something that even girls could participate in. A faint smile touched Vasco's lips, indicating his genuine pleasure at the idea of a new, more inclusive challenge. From a distance, a student pointed out a familiar face, recognizing someone who had attended the same middle school. The figure was identified as Ira, a notorious former boss of a middle school, infamous for his brutal and destructive fighting style.
Who was leading this imposing group of men?
The whispers confirmed it. The leader was none other than Vasco, known by his fearsome moniker, Burn Knuckle.
His intense, unyielding gaze solidified his identity and reputation.
The surprise mounted as observers realized Vasco and his crew were now selling water bombs for 1,001, a bewildering choice of event that left many questioning their motives. One girl urged her friend to quickly throw the water bomb, but her friend froze, paralyzed by fear and unable to act. Tears welled in her eyes as the girl, overwhelmed, simply couldn't bring herself to throw the water bomb. The architecture department's water bomb event proved to be a catastrophic failure, yielding absolutely no profit. J1 High School Festival, a renowned event, was structured around 3 distinct stage events, each taking its turn to captivate the audience.
Anticipation surged through the crowd as the announcement for the first stage event ignited excitement among the students.
The fashion department kicked off its event with a bizarre spectacle. One student strutted confidently in a princely outfit, while another, inexplicably, donned a full shark costume, drawing amused and bewildered reactions. A hand roughly tugged at a piece of fabric, revealing the raw, unrefined effort behind the fashion department's creations. Ma Cho-il, the second-year class president of the fashion department, dressed in his shark costume, sharply criticized the clothes worn by Dae Gongji, who defiantly insisted his design was cool. Dae Gongji, chosen as a model for his height, retorted to the criticism, challenging his accuser to create something better. Just then, Daniel Park, attractive body, and Jae Yeol appeared, bowing respectfully to the seniors. Daniel Park, attractive body, as handsome appearance immediately drawing attention. Chaotic scene of Dae Gongji arguing with another model continues, their verbal jabs echoing through the hall. Dae Gongji, flexing his height, dismisses the other model's efforts, while the model cedes, threatening violence. Daniel Park, attractive body, and Jae Yeol, having just arrived, witness the spectacle. Daniel Park, attractive body, internally questions if such theatrics are a regular part of his second year. The atmosphere shifts as an announcer takes the stage, signaling the commencement of the second stage of the event. A crowd of students gathers, their anticipation palpable as the MC welcomes everyone. The MC for the day steps forward, revealing himself as Kim Hwan-jun from the baking department. He proudly declares his role, having earned it by being the highest bid student in the previous year's auction. He explains the event, an auction where first-year male students are bid on by female students. The winning bidder earns an 8-hour date, with strict rules against night activities. He clarifies it's a slave auction in name only, emphasizing that treating the students as actual slaves is forbidden. All proceeds, he states, go to charity. The first student up, Kim Sulbeum from the practical music department, looks crestfallen as bids slowly climb. He's eventually sold for 65,000 won, lamenting his low value with a quiet sigh. Next, Jong Yang-ho from the baking department is presented. He blushes furiously, yelling at the MC to shut up as his price reaches 80,000 won. The MC proudly announces that Jong Yang-ho is his junior and will inherit his baking knife. Third student, a handsome individual from the hairstyle department, immediately garners enthusiastic shouts and rapidly escalating bids, quickly surpassing the previous student's prices. His appeal is undeniable. The bids skyrocket, reaching an astounding 500,000 won. Kim Hwan-jun, the MC, is visibly shocked and furious that his own record has been shattered. He demands to know who placed such a shockingly high bid. The mystery is solved as a group of girls from the hairstyle department surround the student they won, revealing they pooled all their money to secure him. They refuse to let other girls steal him, even as he tries to politely decline their lunch invitation due to a part-time job. The MC announces the next student from the architecture department. Vasco, looking incredibly nervous, makes his way to the stage. His friends try to cheer him on, but his anxiety is palpable. Vasco, whose real name is Lee Eun-tae, stands before the crowd. Despite his muscular physique, his discomfort is clear. Female students comment on his impressive body and how he's blushing, finding him both cute and intimidating. A close-up reveals Vasco's face contorted with extreme tension, sweat beading on his brow. His intimidating aura is becoming a problem. His intense nervousness persists, creating an unsettling atmosphere. The female students are openly scared by Vasco's intimidating presence. The MC, with a smug grin, announces that there are no successful bidders. The architecture department's auction is a failure, leaving Vasco utterly humiliated and dejected. Next up is Nayu EOP from the vocal dance department. He is sold for a paltry 500 won, looking utterly defeated and questioning why he's even there. The MC builds suspense for the next participant as murmurs ripple through the crowd. Someone recalls seeing this individual earlier, surprised by their presence. Then, a collective gasp. Daniel Park, attractive body, from the fashion department steps onto the stage. His handsome appearance immediately sends the crowd into a frenzy of screams and excited comments. Daniel Park, original body, watches from the sidelines, his eyes wide with shock. He feels an intense tremor, overwhelmed by the sight of his own attractive body on stage. Daniel Park, original body, can't help but acknowledge the undeniable appeal of his other self. Even he, a male, recognizes the exceptional handsomeness of Daniel Park, attractive body. Crowd's reaction to Daniel Park, attractive body, is deafening. Shouts of his name, Park Hyung-suk, and cries of adoration fill the air, confirming his immense popularity. Female students are in hysterics, some openly weeping and demanding to be taken by him. They dismiss calls for order, declaring their readiness to be with any handsome first year. Kim Hwan-jun, the MC, beams with satisfaction. He declares Daniel Park, attractive body, the undeniable highlight of the day, reveling in the overwhelming excitement. Suddenly, a flicker of surprise crosses Kim Hwan-jun's face. His eyes widen, sensing an unexpected development. A pair of lips curls into a smug smile, a voice commenting on the quality of this year's male students. The MC realizes who has just arrived, and a shiver of apprehension runs through him. An imposing figure enters, radiating confidence. It is Kim Lala from Chanel Private High School, her presence commanding immediate attention and awe. Kim Lala, known as the killer of slave auctions, exudes an air of self-importance. She praises J1 High School, while her entourage echoes her sentiments, confirming her formidable reputation.
Kim Lala directly addresses Daniel Park, attractive body, asking if he is indeed Hyun Suk.
Daniel Park, attractive body, responds with a surprised, hesitant affirmation, sensing the weight of her inquiry.
The MC watches, a mix of fear and anticipation on his face. The revelation hangs heavy in the air. Daniel Park, attractive body, stares, a bead of sweat trickling down his temple as he processes Kim Lala's intense gaze. His mind races, a stark warning echoing. I will only say this: if you are sold to her, run away. Nightmarish montage flashes through Daniel Park, attractive body, as thoughts, endless shopping, waiting outside bathrooms, a torrent of love letters, and meticulously planned, grueling dates. His internal scream confirms that schedule for the date that day was really hell. This is the grim reality of Kim Lala's affections. Daniel Park, attractive body, clenches his fist, a desperate plea forming in his mind.
You are dead if she wins the bid.
No, no.
The sheer terror of being won by Kim Lala is palpable. Lee Jin-sung steps forward, his voice cutting through the tension.
Now, I will begin the bidding. The numbers flash instantly. 50,000, 70,000. The auction for Daniel Park, attractive body, officially commences.
Suddenly, Kim Lala's hand shoots up, her face contorted in a ferocious grin. 300,000, she roars, her bid dwarfing all others.
The surrounding students gasp, recognizing her as Han Nolan, declaring, she's crazy.
A close-up reveals Kim Lala's smug confidence.
Fufu,
she muses, I kept all my savings for today.
Her ambition is clear. I will date Daniel Park, attractive body.
The other students whisper about her tenacity and madness.
Kim Lala's internal monologue confirms her certainty. I am going to win the bid at 300,000. It's actually nice. I can win the bid easily. She believes victory is within her grasp. Just as Kim Lala's confidence peaks, a hand rises, calmly declaring a new, astronomical sum, 100,000. The crowd erupts in shock, their eyes wide. The hand belongs to Daniel Park, original body, who stands with an unexpected, almost serene expression amidst the chaos he has just unleashed. Daniel Park, original body, basks in the attention, completely misinterpreting the situation. He preens, thinking, everybody is looking at me. The guys said I look like Awi. Is that true? I don't like her much. Do I really look like her? But you are prettier than her. His delusion is absolute. Two female students recoil in terror, their faces streaked with tears. It's the same record as what DJ Rupi had 2 years ago. One wails, I'm scared. I'm scared. She is going to win the bid.
They anticipate Kim Lala's inevitable victory.
Daniel Park, original body, continues his self-aggrandizing fantasy, puffing out his cheeks. Foo-foo. Right, my beauty and my wealth.
And if I show my shy charms,
he envisions himself as the ultimate prize. Kim Lala's inner voice declares, that pretty boy will be my captive.
Daniel Park, attractive body, reacts with horror.
No, no, this is the end.
Kim Lala's final, chilling thought solidifies, I will have a boyfriend this year no matter what.
Kim Lala's triumphant expression suddenly contorts into shock.
The crowd around her mirrors her disbelief. Something entirely unexpected has just occurred. A new, elegant hand rises, making a silent yet powerful statement. The air crackles with anticipation. A stunning woman, accompanied by Vasco, strides confidently through the stunned crowd.
Her entrance silences everyone, leaving them to wonder, what?
The beautiful woman's face is serene, yet her presence commands attention.
Whispers ripple through the audience. What? Who is she? She's really pretty. 2 million?
A new, formidable challenger has arrived.
Daniel Park, attractive body, eyes widen in disbelief. She is, he gasps, recognizing the familiar face. The nice girl from the convenience store?
His mind reels at her unexpected appearance and massive bid.
Daniel Park, attractive body, observes her full appearance, a new realization dawning. Wait, school uniform? She was a high school student?
The mystery surrounding her deepens.
Kim Lala's composure shatters.
Ugh, 250,0000. UWAAA, she screams, desperately raising her bid. The other students note, she looks like she hurt her pride. Her desperation is palpable. Without a word, the beautiful student calmly raises her hand once more, signaling another counterbid. The new challenger, standing beside Vasco, announces her bid, 500,000.
The crowd gasps, utterly flabbergasted by the sheer audacity of the amount. Kim Lala's face contorts in a terrifying mask of rage and disbelief. Her eyes burn with fury as the reality of being outbid sinks in.
Kim Lala's frustration boils over.
5 million. She raised the bid twice the amount again. That bitch. What is she doing? Does that make sense?
The crowd observes Kim Lala. She looks really flustered. In a desperate, frantic move, Kim Lala hurls a luxurious handbag onto the stage, a desperate attempt to outbid her rival.
Tears stream down Kim Lala's face as she clutches the expensive bag. This bag is worth 7 million won, she cries, but the announcer delivers a crushing blow. No, the bidding is for charity, so we can't accept products. The announcer's voice booms across the venue, declaring the final result. The bid is over. Daniel Park. He has been sold for 5 million.
The crowd erupts in cheers and gasps. The auction for Daniel Park, attractive body, concluded. The venue still hums with the shock of the auction's final bid. Around Vasco, his friends express disbelief and envy. One cries out, lamenting that a pretty girl paid a staggering 5 million won for Daniel Park, attractive body, while another clutches a sign declaring his jealousy. Vasco, however, remains stoic, a single bead of sweat tracing a path down his temple. His gaze is distant, lost in thought as the implications of Daniel Park's attractive body sail weigh heavily on him.
Elsewhere, the reactions are just as intense.
Short-hair girl student wails in despair, convinced everyone has gone mad, as the announcer confirms Daniel Park's attractive body's transfer to the successful bidder. Meanwhile, Lee Tae-sung seethes with resentment, questioning Daniel Park's attractive body's worth and complaining about the unfairness, having previously won him for a mere 500 won.
The announcer's voice cuts through the chaos, officially closing the slave auction of J1 High School. Despite the dramatic conclusion, the festival is far from over, with a grand performance promised for the evening as the highlight.
Outside the bustling venue, a quiet parking lot sits under the clear sky, a sleek black luxury car standing out amongst the others, awaiting its passengers. Daniel Park's original body finds himself standing awkwardly beside the audition judge, male 1, and audition judge, female. A wave of self-consciousness washes over him, making the entire situation feel incredibly uncomfortable.
He instinctively offers a thanks, then immediately questions his own actions. Why was he thanking them? The auction still felt like a bizarre, humiliating dream, and his mind struggled to process the reality of being bought. As he looks at the audition judge, female, Daniel Park's original body is struck by her stunning beauty. His imagination runs wild, painting a picture of a romantic date, a stark contrast to the strange circumstances. However, the audition judge, female's inner thoughts are far from romantic. She coldly dismisses Daniel Park's original body, questioning his worth and what good he could possibly be to her. Her words cut deep as she shatters his fantasy, stating bluntly that he must be mistaken if he believes she bought him out of affection. Daniel Park's original body reels in shock, utterly bewildered by her sudden, harsh declaration. The audition judge, female's cold voice echoes, making it clear that her intentions are purely transactional, leaving Daniel Park's original body to face the brutal truth. Daniel Park's original body is left questioning why someone would treat him with such disdain, his hopeful dream dissolving into a painful reality. His eyes widen in a silent, agonizing realization. The full weight of his situation, his appearance, and the cruel reality of the auction crash down upon him. Standing alone, Daniel Park's original body grapples with profound self-doubt, his mind racing to understand when he became someone to be treated with such contempt. Desperation ignites within him. He lunges forward, crying out for them to wait, determined to clear the devastating misunderstanding, to reclaim some shred of his dignity. Before he can explain, the audition judge, male 1, grabs Daniel Park's original body's arm, forcefully pulling him towards the black car. Daniel Park's original body resists, a question mark hanging over the sudden, aggressive action. Daniel Park's original body struggles violently, demanding the audition judge, male 1, release him. A surge of unexpected strength courses through him as he actively fights back. The audition judge, male 1, stares in genuine surprise, his hand still outstretched. He is clearly taken aback by Daniel Park's original body's sudden, powerful resistance. Audition judge, female, also registers her shock, observing with wide eyes as Daniel Park's original body successfully shakes off the audition judge, male 1's grip. Daniel Park's original body himself is stunned, looking at his own arm in disbelief. He questions if he just broke free from someone as formidable as Jong Gun, astonished by the raw power he just displayed. Daniel Park's original body's eyes blaze behind his glowing glasses as he declares this raw power, this surge of capability, a first for him, labeling his opponent scum. The sudden, explosive burst of speed, Daniel Park's original body launches a powerful kick. Daniel Park's attractive body barely registers the attack, exclaiming in shock at the unexpected assault. The kick is blindingly fast. Daniel Park's attractive body's eyes widen in alarm, his mind struggling to process the sheer velocity of the incoming strike. Though stunned by the speed, Daniel Park's attractive body instinctively brings his arms up in a desperate attempt to block the devastating blow, determined to intercept the impact. A confident, almost smug expression crosses Daniel Park's original body's face, his glowing glasses reflecting his unwavering resolve as he watches his attack unfold. Something is off. Daniel Park's attractive body's block connects, yet a wave of confusion washes over him. The impact feels strange, as if the attack shifted. A blinding flash of impact erupts, sending Daniel Park's attractive body reeling. His arm twists unnaturally, a sharp, searing pain shooting through him as the force of the kick bypasses his guard. Daniel Park's attractive body gasps, his mind racing to comprehend the attack. He realizes the trajectory of the kick. It wasn't what he expected, it defied logic. Looks up to see Daniel Park's original body holding an impossibly bent leg midair. The kick had been altered, its path shifted in a way that defied conventional understanding. Daniel Park's original body lowers his leg, a smirk playing on his lips as he acknowledges Daniel Park's attractive body's keen observation. He did change the trajectory at a moment's notice, finding him interesting. Meanwhile, Daniel Park's attractive body is overwhelmed by the realization of Daniel Park's original body's immense strength.
Turning his back, Daniel Park original body strides away, leaving Daniel Park attractive body to grapple with the shocking display of power and the lingering questions. Hand, adorned with intricate tattoos, idly holds a pack of cigarettes, a casual gesture hinting at a formidable presence. The tattooed man, a cigarette dangling from his lips, observes the scene with an air of detached power, his imposing figure dominating the frame. The tattooed man exhales smoke, his gaze drifting to the sky. He muses aloud that while he'd prefer to let Daniel Park attractive body go, he's bound by the instructions of his employer. Strides forward, a formidable presence against the backdrop of a luxury car. He remarks that Daniel Park attractive body possesses keen observation skills, then wonders if perhaps he himself has grown slower, though he quickly dismisses the thought, his focus sharpening. Daniel Park attractive body sits on the asphalt, his mind reeling from the encounter. He observes the tattooed man, noting his impressive strength and agility, yet finds it confusing that his physique doesn't suggest a rigorous training regimen. The tattooed man looks directly at Daniel Park attractive body, acknowledging his innate talent. Daniel Park attractive body can only internally confirm the man's overwhelming power, recognizing him as truly strong. A woman with long dark hair, her eyes wide with alarm, calls out to the tattooed man, now identified as Gunn. She reminds him that his instructions were merely to observe, not to intervene, questioning his actions. Gunn turns, a hint of surprise crossing his face. He clarifies his true orders to make sure that no one touches Daniel Park attractive body, revealing his protective directive. She groans in frustration. Gunn's orders implicitly mean he must crush anyone who dares to touch Daniel Park attractive body, and she realizes with a pang of guilt that this entire situation is unfolding because of her. Gunn then shifts his attention, calling out to Daniel Park original body, addressing him by his distinctive eyewear, K-glasses. Daniel Park attractive body looks on, utterly bewildered by Gunn's sudden shift in focus and his question directed elsewhere, wondering what he thinks he's doing. Gunn turns his head back, an air of casual curiosity. He asks Daniel Park attractive body who he is, wondering if he's a friend of Daniel Park original body. With a firm gaze, Daniel Park attractive body confirms his allegiance, stating plainly that he is indeed Daniel Park original body's friend. Entire exchange leaves Daniel Park attractive body utterly baffled, his mind struggling to piece together the bizarre turn of events. He stares up, a look of profound shock etched on his face. The word friend echoes in the air like a foreign concept, leaving Daniel Park attractive body paralyzed as he tries to process the weight of Vasco's loyalty. The silence is punctured by the rhythmic tapping of a hand against a metal can, a countdown to the violence brewing just beneath the surface. Each tap is a calculated provocation, heightening the tension as the onlookers hold their breath, waiting for the first move. Vasco stands tall, his tattooed frame radiating a protective aura as he delivers a cold warning, mess with Daniel, and you answer to him. Without a second's hesitation, Lee Jin-sung launches a devastating strike, his fist connecting with Vasco's jaw in a blur of yellow in sheer power. Sheer brutality of the impact leaves Daniel Park attractive body and Sun completely shell-shocked, their eyes wide with disbelief. Panic flares in Daniel Park attractive body's chest as he screams Vasco's name, fearing the damage done by that monstrous blow. Lee Jin-sung peers through the gap of his defenses, his gaze hidden behind opaque glasses, appearing entirely unfazed by the exchange. Vasco closes the distance, his fist hovering inches from the bully's face as he commands Lee Jin-sung to take off the glasses and fight for real. Lee Jin-sung scoffs, mockingly questioning if Vasco even felt that last hit, his arrogance reaching a fever pitch. The atmosphere turns lethal as Lee Jin-sung slides his glasses off, revealing eyes that burn with a cold, predatory intent. Sun's voice cuts through the malice, a desperate plea for the violence to stop before someone is permanently broken. She stares in horror, knowing that when Lee Jin-sung removes those glasses, he stops being a student and becomes a weapon. Vasco doesn't flinch. He raises his massive, tattooed fists, accepting the challenge with a grim, battle-ready resolve. Blood trickles from Vasco's nose, but his stance is unbreakable. He is ready to endure whatever hell Lee Jin-sung unleashes. Just as the clash begins, Sun lunges forward, grabbing Lee Jin-sung's arm and forcing a desperate halt to the madness. She scolds him fiercely, threatening to involve Gu and have him sent back if he doesn't drop his fists immediately. The mention of that name acts like a physical shackle, Lee Jin-sung's murderous rage instantly replaced by a look of bitter frustration. Daniel Park, attractive body, can only watch in confusion, struggling to understand the complex web of fear and power between these individuals. Lee Jin-sung turns away, claiming he's lost interest in the fight, though his rigid posture betrays his lingering agitation. Vasco remains locked in his combat stance, his body still primed for an attack that is no longer coming. With a practiced motion, Lee Jin-sung slides his glasses back on, hiding the monster within once again. A final apology drifts through the air as they leave, the tension finally beginning to evaporate into the clear sky. Daniel Park, attractive body, is left haunted by Sun's expression, a profound sadness that hints at a history far darker than he imagined. The adrenaline finally leaves Vasco's system, and his heavy arms begin to drop as the physical toll of the encounter sets in. Damage was more severe than he let on. Vasco collapses to the ground, his body finally buckling under the force of Lee Jin-sung's strike. Daniel Park, attractive body, rushes to his side, his voice filled with concern as he checks on the man who risked everything to protect him.
Blood continues to drip from Vasco's mouth, a grim reminder of the overwhelming power he just faced. Despite the pain, Vasco's spirit remains unbroken. He mutters a vow of vengeance, certain he will win the next time their paths cross. Despite the pain, Vasco's spirit remains unbroken. He mutters a vow of vengeance, certain he will win the next time their paths cross. But as the adrenaline fades, a harsh truth dawns upon him. Slumped in the darkness, Vasco's expression twists with a raw realization. He can't defeat that guy, not yet. A question mark hangs heavy in the air, a testament to his unexpected defeat.
His face contorts, etched with frustration and a profound sense of inadequacy.
He grimly acknowledges his current state. He is still too weak. Weakness is not surrender.
With a forceful squeeze, Vasco's hand clenches into a powerful fist, his tattoos flexing with the strain. This is not despair, but a renewed, burning resolve to grow stronger. The scene shifts to a brighter moment. Daniel Park, attractive body, offers a warm, appreciative smile, thanking Vasco for his assistance. Vasco, ever the stoic, simply looks away, offering no verbal reply, yet his presence speaks volumes. Meanwhile, 3 other students, engrossed in their phones, discuss Daniel Park, attractive body. They note his surprising kindness, a stark contrast to their initial impressions. Under a vast, golden sky, Daniel Park, attractive body, and Vasco sit together, a quiet camaraderie forming between the unlikely pair. Daniel Park, attractive body, holds out a small, red object. Daniel Park, attractive body, looks on, a hint of surprise on his face as Vasco explains the origin of his gift. A sudden shock ripples through Daniel Park, attractive body, as he processes Vasco's words.
The item, milk, was found on the street.
He recoils, worried about a potential stomachache. Vasco maintains his unreadable expression, while Daniel Park, attractive body, looks down, still processing the unexpected offering. Hesitantly, Daniel Park, attractive body, accepts the small packet, muttering a quiet thanks. Despite his earlier apprehension, Daniel Park, attractive body, smiles, declaring his thirst and preparing to drink the street-found milk. Vasco watches him, his gaze unwavering, a silent promise in his eyes. Vasco issues a direct challenge: if they fight again, he will win.
Daniel Park, attractive body, nonchalantly agrees, signaling an unexpected rivalry and respect.
The scene shifts to the bustling J High School Festival. A large banner announces the event, while sounds of excitement and music fill the air, drawing a crowd. A brightly lit stage, the vocal and dance department concludes a powerful duet by Vin and Zhang Ji, leaving the audience roaring with applause and shouts of awesome and sick. 2 performers, one panting from exertion, the other exclaiming about how damn cool the show was, reflect the intense energy of the stage.
The vocal and dance performance was truly the bomb. The crowd erupts further as the CEO from OK Agent appears, accompanied by the star idol, Won Ho Kim.
Whispers spread about Won Ho Kim's connection to John High School, elevating the festival's prestige.
Daniel Park, original body, is backstage, overwhelmed by the chatter. The next act is a collaboration between the fashion and vocal and dance departments.
The crowd speculates, wondering who this Daniel is and who someone from the fashion department might be. He overhears comments about Dupe looking great and having his hair done, stirring a wave of self-consciousness and shame within Daniel Park, original body. A voice encourages Daniel Park, original body, from off-panel, urging him to just sing naturally. He offers a hesitant in response, his nervousness palpable.
In stark contrast, Daniel Park, attractive body, strides confidently towards the stage, exuding poise. Voices urge him on, telling him to come on and go up to the stage quickly.
For Daniel Park, original body, each step onto the stage is a thunderous thump. His mind races, unable to think, his heart threatening to explode from sheer panic.
The announcer's voice booms, introducing the next act, Daniel Park and Dupayan. The stage awaits, setting the scene for an unprecedented reveal.
As the announcer's words echo, Daniel Park, attractive body, and Daniel Park, original body, step into the blinding stage lights, both caught off guard by the immediate, intense spotlight. Thunderous roar of excitement erupts from the massive crowd, their cheers echoing through the venue as the duo faces them.
Outside, the 10th J1 festival buzzes with vibrant energy, a stark contrast to the intense stage performance unfolding within.
Back on stage, Daniel Park, attractive body, takes in the vast arena, a silent affirmation that this is their final, most crucial performance. A bead of sweat trickles down Daniel Park, attractive body's temple as the announcer highlights the unique collaboration between the fashion and vocal dance departments. The sheer scale of the cheering audience overwhelms Daniel Park, attractive body, a silent woe escaping his thoughts as he faces the roaring multitude. The audience is captivated by Daniel Park, attractive body's striking presence, murmuring about his idol-like looks and shining aura.
Daniel Park, attractive body, feels the intense weight of every eye on him.
Daniel Park, attractive body, recalls Jae Yule's impeccable styling, which even earned a nod of approval from Lee Jin-sung. As the harsh stage lights intensify, he feels flustered, reminded of past rapid-fire questions from reporters about his looks and potential fighting prowess. Crowds' murmurs shift, praising Daniel Park, original body's songwriting talent, mistakenly believing Daniel Park, attractive body, will deliver the vocal performance. Daniel Park, original body, tries to clarify, but the audience is already swept up in anticipation for Daniel Park, attractive body's presumed singing. The cruel, dismissive whispers of the audience echo in Daniel Park original body's mind, reducing him to a mere pet or an orc, a creature of a different, lesser species. Daniel Park original body feels stripped bare, a harsh judgment from the crowd mirroring the cruel evaluations he endured before acquiring his attractive body. The announcer's voice cuts through the tension, urging the audience to prepare for the song titled Beautiful Day.
Daniel Park attractive body prepares to unleash his voice, the first notes poised to escape his lips.
Daniel Park attractive body unleashes a horrifying, discordant wail, an abnormal tune that assaults the ears, causing Daniel Park original body to flinch in recognition of the terrible sound. Triumphant smirk spreads across Lee Tae-sung's face, his earlier doubts about Daniel Park attractive body's talent confirmed. He exchanges knowing glances with Jin Ho and Soo Gun, mocking Daniel Park attractive body's performance. A wave of shock and disappointment ripples through the audience as the awful sound continues, their expressions turning to dismay. Daniel Park attractive body recoils, the audience's cold reception shattering his confidence. He admits defeat internally, unable to perform as hoped. Daniel Park original body's face contorts in raw despair, convinced he has utterly sabotaged Daniel Park attractive body's arduous preparations. A hand adorned with multiple rings rises, a silent signal of a desperate gamble about to be made. With sudden, decisive action, Daniel Park original body snatches the microphone, stepping forward to reclaim the performance as Daniel Park attractive body watches in stunned silence. A radiant light bursts forth from Daniel Park original body as he pours his soul into the song, his voice resonating with unexpected power. The audience, along with Daniel Park attractive body himself, is struck silent, their faces contorted in disbelief and awe at the sudden, magnificent sound. Lee Tae-sung's smug expression shatters, replaced by utter shock as he witnesses the unexpected turn of events. Even the stern audition judge, male 1, is caught off guard, his jaw dropping in astonishment at the powerful vocals. Daniel Park attractive body stares, his eyes wide with a mixture of shock and dawning realization, a choked syllable escaping his throat. Daniel Park original body continues to belt out the powerful melody, his voice resonating through the hall, leaving the audience and even Daniel Park attractive body in utter astonishment. The raw power of Daniel Park original body's voice echoes through the hall, a primal scream of emotion. He pushes past his limits, an internal voice urging him on, while the cruel taunts of bullies calling him a pig still echo in his mind. Daniel Park attractive body is stunned, a memory surfacing in his mind. He recalls the advice, Hyung Suk, when you go on the stage. The words resonate with a new, profound meaning. The memory clarifies, only think of one person who is precious to you. Daniel Park original body's past self or a guiding voice imparts this wisdom. He recalls questioning, one person? The reply was firm, yeah, you tremble when you go on stage. It's the key to overcoming his stage fright. The advice continues, if you think that you are singing to one person with all your heart, the path to true performance is laid bare. And the ultimate truth, then you won't tremble. Daniel Park original body sings with newfound conviction, embodying the lesson. Back in the present, Daniel Park attractive body feels a profound calm wash over him. I've calmed down. I can trust him. He wonders, who are you thinking of? As Daniel Park attractive body closes his eyes, the answer becomes clear, a precious person, a person I want to sing to. The realization hits him with emotional weight. The image of his mother, weathered by hardship, flashes through his mind. Her struggles, her resilience, her unwavering love, she is the one precious person. A gentle, loving smile from his mother, a beacon of strength and sacrifice, fuels his resolve. This is the heart of his song. Infused with this profound emotion, Daniel Park attractive body unleashes his true voice. He sings with a passion that transcends mere talent, captivating the entire venue. The audience is utterly mesmerized, their mouths agape, swept away by the sheer power and emotion of his performance. Every note strikes deep within their souls. From Lee Tae-sung to Vasco, Jae-yeol, and Lee Jin-sung, every rival and ally alike is caught in the overwhelming wave of his song, their expressions a mix of shock and awe. Daniel Park original body grins triumphantly, microphone in hand. That's it, he thinks, having conquered his stage fright and poured his entire being into the melody. He reflects on his past self, your son, who is pathetic and has no confidence. The memories of his struggles fuel his current resolve, a poignant contrast. He acknowledges the immense sacrifices his mother made. You must have had a hard and rough time because of silly me. His voice carries the weight of his gratitude and regret. Daniel Park attractive body stands before a roaring, ecstatic crowd, his performance having reached its peak. The entire hall vibrates with energy. Bathed in the spotlight, Daniel Park attractive body continues to sing, his eyes closed, lost in the powerful current of his own voice and the emotions it conveys. Not to be outdone, Lee Tae-sung pours every ounce of his own energy into his performance, attempting to match the overwhelming presence of Daniel Park attractive body. The audience, particularly the students, are wide-eyed with astonishment. Wow, they murmur, realizing the intense level of competition. They are not kidding around. But beneath the triumph, the painful memories of Daniel Park original body's past resurface, cruel words like pig idiot die scrawled on surfaces, and the sneering faces of his tormentors. Flashbacks continue, showing the bullies devouring food while Daniel Park original body was humiliated, his meals trashed, and derogatory messages left for him. The arrogant face of one of the bullies wearing a PPP cap remains etched in Daniel Park's original body's memory, a symbol of his past suffering. Another bully, his eyes wide with surprise, perhaps reacting to the unexpected turn of events on stage, or simply another face from Daniel Park's original body's tormented past. Stage erupted as Lee Tae-sung, a figure from Daniel Park's original body's past, unleashed a powerful, raw vocal performance, his face contorted with effort, a heavy chain glinting around his neck. From the shadows, an industry executive in a pinstripe suit and dark sunglasses observed the spectacle, his arms crossed, an unreadable expression on his scarred face. Lee Tae-sung continued to pour his entire being into the song, gripping the microphone tightly, his voice echoing through the venue with immense force. For a fleeting moment, a dark memory flashed, a bully, cap pulled low, cruelly dominating a cowering student, a stark reminder of the torment Daniel Park's original body once endured. Then, the focus shifted to Daniel Park's attractive body, sweat beading on his brow beneath his cap and sunglasses, his mouth agape in a moment of pure, raw emotion. The stage became a battleground of voices. Daniel Park's attractive body delivered his lines with captivating grace, while Lee Tae-sung belted out his performance, a stark contrast in their styles. Single hand, belonging to Daniel Park's attractive body, gripped the microphone stand, illuminated by a piercing spotlight, ready to seize his moment. The crowd responded with an explosion of energy, hands raised high, some pointing, others clenched, completely enthralled by the unfolding performances. As the final notes faded, an announcement echoed. When the performance was over, both Daniel Park's attractive body and Lee Tae-sung stood stunned, their faces etched with disbelief. Behind, the two performers gazed out at a roaring, ecstatic crowd, their cheers a deafening wave of approval that washed over the stage. Above them, the intricate network of stage lights and massive speakers stood as a silent testament to the powerful auditory experience they had just delivered. A group of girls, eyes transformed into hearts, clamored with excitement, calling out Hyung-suk and eager to capture a photo with Daniel Park's attractive body, praising his incredible talent. Daniel Park's attractive body and Lee Tae-sung remained wide-eyed in shock. The crowd's enthusiasm was overwhelming, with fans mistakenly showering Lee Tae-sung with praise, calling him Dukhwa. Lee Tae-sung, still processing the unexpected outcome, heard the repeated cries of Dukhwa, great, the mistaken adoration fueling his bewilderment. Sweat dripped down Lee Tae-sung's face as he struggled to comprehend the sudden surge of popularity, the shouts of "You are great, Dukhwa," and "We didn't know," echoing in his ears. Nearby, Lee Jin-sung, equally stunned, congratulated Daniel Park's attractive body, exclaiming that he had surpassed other contenders and truly won, giving him goosebumps. Suddenly, the industry executive from earlier stepped forward, his gaze fixed on Daniel Park's attractive body, a single word escaping his lips, "Hey." Daniel Park's attractive body flinched, recognizing the executive. The man asked if he was that kid who tried to audition, to which Daniel Park's attractive body nervously confirmed, wondering why he was being singled out. Misinterpreting the executive's attention, Lee Tae-sung's face contorted with a mix of surprise and humility. He apologized for his past behavior, believing the executive remembered him and was acknowledging his performance. The executive extended a business card, a direct line to CEO Entertainment, to Daniel Park's attractive body, who respectfully accepted it, his future suddenly taking an unexpected turn. As the executive spoke to Daniel Park's attractive body, Lee Tae-sung, still under the impression he was the one being addressed, bowed deeply, calling out Park Hyung-suk in his profound gratitude and mistaken humility. Lee Tae-sung's face remained frozen in a shout of mistaken pride and utter bewilderment, the true implications of the moment still lost on him. Daniel Park's attractive body could only utter a confused "huh," completely oblivious to the true nature of the audition's aftermath. His manager, however, pressed Lee Tae-sung, demanding to know his thoughts on Dukhwa, the very person Lee Tae-sung had just greeted. A flicker of recognition crossed Lee Tae-sung's face as he finally registered who they were referring to. Lee Tae-sung, now fully aware of Daniel Park's attractive body's presence, scoffed internally. He acknowledged that such raw talent would succeed anywhere, even outside the professional realm. His manager's perspective was far more cynical, questioning how a talent like Daniel Park's attractive body could be molded to fit their particular cutthroat business model. With a chilling gaze, the manager declared that true coldness didn't reside in him, but in the fickle audience whose desires dictated everything. He continued, viewing the entertainment world as a food table where the audience, like ravenous diners, only consumed what was palatable to their superficial tastes. Despite his earlier reservations, the manager abruptly turned to Daniel Park's attractive body, offering him a contract and promising his full support. Daniel Park's attractive body could only manage a stunned ah. The negotiation began, with Daniel Park's attractive body cautiously inquiring about wages. The manager, seemingly generous, offered to pay him for the contract itself, proposing 10 million won. Daniel Park's attractive body was shocked by the figure, but soon realized the catch, a 5-year contract which, when broken down, amounted to a mere 2 million won per year, or less than 200,000 won a month. The reality of the deal was far from glamorous. Daniel Park, attractive body, flatly refused the offer, stating he needed to earn a proper living allowance. This bold rejection infuriated Lee Tae-sung's manager, who exploded in disbelief, shouting about his own identity and influence. Lee Tae-sung watched, equally stunned by Daniel Park, attractive body's defiance. Yet Daniel Park, attractive body's passion for performance was undeniable. He poured his soul into every note, his voice resonating with raw, unbridled emotion. The night deepened, casting long shadows over the quiet city streets as a lone car passed a bus stop. On the bus, Daniel Park, original body, sat alone, his head bowed, lost in thought. Other passengers, 2 female students, observed him with subtle expressions of concern. A heavy silence hung around Daniel Park, original body, his face a portrait of quiet despair. His gaze drifted, reflecting a profound sense of resignation, a quiet acceptance of his difficult reality. Later, in his journal, Daniel Park, original body, poured out his exhaustion, confessing how difficult the recent festival had been. The immense audience and the struggle of producing music had pushed him to his limits. Back in his room, Daniel Park, original body, sat before his computer, a silent testament to his weariness, his face etched with fatigue. Suddenly, a notification flashed. Live DUKHWA's rap room had opened, boasting 5,860 viewers. Daniel Park, original body, was astonished, realizing he had inadvertently created the room. He felt a surge of relief, noting that Daniel Park, attractive body, was strong enough to rebound after the festival. Meanwhile, other viewers reacted with curiosity, some hoping for a glimpse of the attractive streamer. A mischievous he escaped Daniel Park, original body's lips as he watched the growing viewership, a small, knowing smile playing on his face. However, the stream's true content was a brutal shock. The chat exploded with a barrage of cruel, body-shaming comments directed at Daniel Park, original body, himself, mocking his appearance and comparing him to animals. A horrified Yua escaped Daniel Park, original body's lips as the grim reality crashed down. The live stream was broadcasting him. He was utterly bewildered by the sheer cruelty of the audience's response, while a shadowy figure watched with a chilling, knowing smirk. The horrifying truth of his livestream crashed down upon Daniel Park, original body, as he realized the audience was watching him. He could only stammer, bewildered by the cruelty, as a voice from the chat questioned the moon balloons being sent. Daniel Park, original body, himself echoed the confusion, asking what they were. Explanation quickly followed. Each moon balloon could be exchanged for 101. Daniel Park, original body's eyes widened in utter disbelief, the reality of monetization hitting him hard. What? They can be exchanged for money, he exclaimed. His shock deepened as more details emerged. A minimum of 4,000 moon balloons was required for exchange, with a hefty 40% commission taken. He learned that popular BJs, broadcasting jockeys, could earn significant sums, though even they faced a 30% cut. The streaming world was far more complex and ruthless than he imagined. Suddenly, the scene shifts, revealing a different facet of the streaming world. A beautiful, popular streamer, Yui, smiles radiantly, calling out to Hyung Suk with an affectionate tone. This Hyung Suk is Daniel Park, attractive body, who sits at his desk, visibly surprised as Yui approaches him. She compliments his performance, telling him his song was really nice. His mind reels, realizing that this popular girl, the best DJ, is talking to him. Yui then offers him a designer wallet, claiming it suits him well. Daniel Park, attractive body, stares, recognizing the distinct pattern, a sense of unease starting to settle. A flashback reveals his mother's cherished designer bag, brought out only for important occasions. The wallet Yui offered was an expensive brand, a version of his mother's treasured item. Daniel Park, attractive body, understood the immense value of the gift. Overwhelmed, Daniel Park, attractive body, politely declines, apologizing that it's too much for him. He internally muses that Yui truly lives in a different world, far beyond his own. Yui looks on silently, while Daniel Park, attractive body, questions her motives. Why would such a popular girl be so kind to him? A hopeful, yet naive, thought begins to form. Blush creeps across Daniel Park, attractive body's face as he concludes, with a pounding heart, that Yui must be interested in him. His inexperience with genuine kindness leads to a romantic misinterpretation. The classroom sits empty, a moment of quiet reflection as the narrator states, "For the first time in my life, the feelings stirring within Daniel Park, attractive body, are new and profound." Back in class, Daniel Park, attractive body, glances towards Sun, who sits with a thoughtful expression. He finds himself captivated, his gaze lingering. Close-up on Sun's serene face emphasizes her beauty. The narrator's voice confirms, "There is a girl I am thinking about." Daniel Park, attractive body, watches Sun, hopeful that their eyes might meet, that she might look back at him. It's a simple, innocent longing. His face, slightly flushed, reveals the depth of his burgeoning emotions. "It's the first time I've ever felt this way," he thinks, a testament to his newfound confidence and desirability. School building stands under a clear sky, a brief establishing shot before the narrative shifts focus again. The short-haired girl student, with a wide, friendly smile, invites her friends to karaoke, her excitement palpable. Her friends, including Yui and another girl, gather. One of them enthusiastically suggests they go, mentioning a great new song. The short-haired girl student looks on, slightly hesitant. Yui, however, interjects with a sweet, almost pouty expression. She doesn't want to go to karaoke, she prefers shopping. One of her friends, Yui's tall friend, quickly agrees, stating she also prefers shopping and even offers to buy coffee for everyone, eager to please Yui.
The group dynamic shifts. Yui's plump friend also chimes in, agreeing enthusiastically.
The short-haired girl student, however, looks on with a hint of surprise and confusion, her plans for karaoke seemingly overridden.
Tight zoom on the short-haired girl student's wide, startled eyes captures her silent "what?"
Her expression betrays a dawning realization or discomfort.
The bustling city streets, lined with shops and pedestrians, serve as the backdrop for their shopping excursion.
The short-haired girl student, holding up a small, cute pouch, excitedly asks her friends if she should buy it.
She finds it adorable.
Two friends, Yui's tall friend and Yui's plump friend, exchange uncomfortable glances, beads of sweat forming on their brows.
Their silence speaks volumes about their opinion of the pouch.
Yui, with a delicate hand to her chin, delivers a dismissive judgment. She tells the short-haired girl student, whom she calls Hanul, that the pouch isn't pretty and doesn't suit her. The short-haired girl student, visibly deflated, quickly agrees with Yui, her shoulders slumping. Her friends chime in, suggesting they look for something else, as she meekly accepts their collective opinion. Later, the short-haired girl student's eyes widen in shock once more, a profound realization dawning upon her, hinted at by her suddenly strained expression.
The pouch, rejected earlier, is shown.
The short-haired girl student's internal monologue reveals her stunning discovery. She said it wasn't pretty.
Why does Yui have it?
The hypocrisy is laid bare. The next day, Yui, with a forced smile and a wave, tries to casually approach the short-haired girl student, attempting to discuss yesterday. The short-haired girl student, however, remains guarded, her arms crossed, sensing the true nature of their friendship. Short-haired girl student's eyes snap wide open, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek as a startling realization pierces through her guarded demeanor. A sudden commotion erupts as the classroom door slides open, and Daniel Park, original body, makes his entrance, drawing immediate, excited attention.
Girls immediately spring from their seats, their faces beaming with adoration as they eagerly greet Daniel Park, original body.
Short-haired girl student, attempting to engage Daniel Park, original body, presents a small, decorative pouch, seeking his casual approval. Meanwhile, in a different setting, Daniel Park, attractive body, effortlessly charms another student who playfully questions his knowledge of a simple pouch, highlighting his newfound social grace. The short-haired girl student's eyes widen further, a silent gasp escaping her as the stark contrast between the two realities becomes painfully clear. The image of the cheerful girl beside Daniel Park, attractive body, flashes through the short-haired girl student's mind, a silent question forming about their connection. Side by side, Daniel Park, attractive body, and the girl present a picture of effortless compatibility, a nice-looking pair in the eyes of an observer. The short-haired girl student's gaze falls, her expression clouding with a quiet melancholy as she acknowledges the undeniable chemistry between them, a stark contrast to her own feelings. The scene abruptly shifts to a spiky-haired delinquent casually offering a box of cigarettes with a nonchalant gesture. Three students react with a mix of shock and apprehension. One marvels at the illicit offering, while Jin-ho questions the delinquent's recent activities. His face contorted in fear, Soo-gun repeats his question, the implications of the spiky-haired delinquent's actions clearly unsettling him. Jin-ho, holding the cigarette with a hardened gaze, confronts the spiky-haired delinquent, questioning his sudden wealth and warning him against exploiting others.
Soo-gun's surprise is evident as the spiky-haired delinquent dismisses the accusation, revealing he's been earning significant income through paprika broadcasts.
The spiky-haired delinquent grins, a challenge in his eyes, as he invites them to witness his live performance on Paprika TV. On the live stream, the spiky-haired delinquent screams, an egg dripping from his head, performing a bizarre stunt for his online audience. Upside down in a stained room, the spiky-haired delinquent erupts in a dance of joy, profusely thanking a viewer for a generous 100 moon balloons, equivalent to 10,000 won. A hand brings a lighter to a cigarette, the flame briefly illuminating the darkness as a moment of respite is sought. He exhales a plume of smoke, a deep sigh escaping his lips, acknowledging the grueling difficulty of maintaining his online persona. Spiky-haired delinquent smugly boasts about his skills, offering to teach his friends, but they recoil in unison, firmly declining his proposition. Their faces pale with revulsion, Jin-ho and Soo-gun emphatically refuse, a clear declaration that they are utterly incapable of such a performance. Back at his computer, the spiky-haired delinquent curses the demanding nature of his audience, then considers watching a game stream or a pretty girl cam room to unwind. His attention is instantly captured by a live stream featuring a beautiful girl, prompting a flurry of questions about her identity. Closer look reveals the streamer's identity. It's Hanul, her smile radiating charm. The spiky-haired delinquent erupts in a furious outburst, enraged that Hanul effortlessly received 1,000 moon balloons while his strenuous efforts only garnered 400. Her eyes well up with fresh tears, a silent cry escaping her lips as the weight of her own struggles presses down, leaving her utterly disheartened. Disheartened and at rock bottom, Daniel Park, original body, couldn't have imagined the stark contrast of another's life. Elsewhere, a charismatic streamer, Yui, captivates her audience, confidently declaring herself a high school student and offering coy greetings, subtly leveraging her allure for engagement. Her phone screen explodes with notifications as a user, Gangnam Landlord, showers her with thousands of moon balloons, a virtual currency.
Yui revels in the immense wealth pouring in, noting the astonishing amount of over 500,000 won received today alone.
A satisfied smile plays on Yui's lips as she expresses gratitude to her generous benefactor. Her internal monologue, however, betrays a mercenary ambition. She's determined to accumulate even more wealth. Suddenly, Yui's sweet facade shatters, replaced by a chilling, wide-eyed grin. A sinister declaration escapes her. She won't allow anyone to have Hyung Suk, Daniel Park, a possessive threat veiled in a promise to wait and see. Moments later, Yui reverts to her innocent persona, feigning a nightmare about ghosts, her hands clasped in a gesture of vulnerability. Her ability to switch emotions is unsettlingly seamless. The money continues to roll in, with Rabbit and Yepa now competing to send her virtual gifts. Yui's internal thoughts confirm her manipulative success, viewing her viewers as pushovers in a contest she's designed to profit from. Engaging her audience further, Yui talks about playing Heroes of the Storm, playfully asking if it's refreshing to see a girl gamer and inviting them to play. She notes the absence of the Gangnam Landlord, a flicker of concern crossing her face. As the livecast concludes, Yui expresses a sense of relief that Gangnam Landlord has disappeared, finding his intense patronage unpleasant despite the significant financial gain. She then casually asks if anyone will help her with Heroes League later, always keeping her audience engaged. The scene shifts to a quiet, empty kitchen, a stark contrast to the lively, performative world of Yui's livestream. Yui, now stripped of her on-screen persona, sits slouched and barefoot, smoking a cigarette. Her face is etched with exhaustion, a weary sigh escaping her lips as she laments her fatigue. Smoke curls around Yui's contemplative face as she considers her living situation. Her current studio is too recognizable for privacy, and she muses on the difficulty of maintaining her deceptive image, planning a move soon. Suddenly, Yui's partner, a muscular man covered in tattoos, bursts into view, his face contorted in anger. He furiously demands to know how much longer he must hide while she conducts her livecast videos, clearly frustrated by their secret relationship. Yui, unfazed, takes a drag from her cigarette, internally acknowledging her partner's question about their hidden relationship. Despite his hidden role, she considers herself lucky to have a man like him. In an attempt to appease her, Yui's partner presents her with a brand new, stylish designer wallet, a gesture of affection to smooth over their tensions. The gift works its magic. Yui's partner's anger dissipates into a relieved smile. He thanks her profusely, promising to be patient for a little more, revealing his identity as the boss of John High School. Yui leans in, a playful smirk on her face, teasing her partner about his delight over the new, trendy item. Her control over him is evident, subtly reinforcing her power in their dynamic. Back in his own reality, Daniel Park, original body, sits alone, his expression blank, lost in thought. His internal monologue echoes with a wistful, almost sarcastic lament for his handsome Hyung Suk, Daniel Park, highlighting his deep-seated insecurities. The scene transitions to the architecture department, setting the stage for a new conversation among students. Jang Hyun, with his distinctive hairstyle and tattoos, offers some blunt wisdom. He points a finger, explaining that the raw intensity of emotions comes from it being someone's first time experiencing love. Focus shifts to a pair of boots, accompanied by sounds of sniffling. The narration emphasizes that when a man truly likes a girl, he becomes utterly head over heels for her, losing all sense of proportion. The subject of their discussion is revealed. Fat victim student, addressed as Daewon, sits hunched and weeping, clearly heartbroken. The others console him, stating that first love is like that, a universal experience of intense emotion. Jang Hyun and a blonde-haired friend discuss fat victim student's plight, confirming he was dumped by his girlfriend. They lament his first relationship ending, acknowledging it's a common, if painful, rite of passage. Another student, with tattoos similar to Yui's partner, reflects on his own past. He admits to being very clingy during his first love, even buying milk for her every day, a testament to the irrationality of initial infatuation. Continues his insightful commentary, explaining that first love clouds judgment, making inexperienced individuals vulnerable to manipulation when a girl plans for it and smiles at them. The others nod in agreement, recognizing the truth in his words. A close-up reveals a sweating face, likely Daniel Park, original body, listening intently. The weight of the conversation settles on him as the speaker concludes that everyone present, having experienced relationships, must understand this vulnerability. Suddenly, Yui's smiling face appears, calling out Hyung Suk. This abrupt shift could be Daniel Park, original body, dream or a jarring memory, as he responds with a surprised ha. Ha, Yui, hi? Daniel Park, attractive body, walks alongside Yui, asking her opinion on fat people. Yui, ever the charmer, dismisses the question with a sweet smile, claiming we're all fellow human beings. Daniel Park, attractive body, is momentarily disarmed, thinking she's nice, oblivious to her true nature. Yui offers a dazzling, seemingly innocent smile, her eyes sparkling with feigned kindness. The final thought, I don't know why I am like this, hangs in the air, leaving Daniel Park, original body, or the viewer, to ponder the depths of her deceptive facade. Despite the lingering doubt from Yui's unsettling smile, Daniel Park, original body, remains tragically blind to her true nature, convinced of her innocence and kindness. He admits, I am besotted, his heart completely ensnared by her deceptive charm. Yui's smile, however, holds a predatory edge, a silent confirmation of her manipulative power over Daniel Park original body. Elsewhere, the short-haired girl student sits alone, a cloud of unspoken worry hanging over her, a stark contrast to the superficial world Daniel Park original body is caught in. The vibrant hues of dawn or dusk paint the sky, marking the passage of time as Daniel Park original body's world continues to shift. Daniel Park original body attempts a live broadcast, his voice straining into the microphone. A meager 5-moon balloon gift appears on screen, but the chat is sparse, reflecting his internal monologue. There aren't many people who watch Duckwa's livecast videos. His face contorts with effort and visible discomfort, the strain of performing for a dwindling audience evident in every line. An internal struggle plays out as Daniel Park original body imagines a bolder self. This imagined persona suggests, "You are doing so well, it's too bad that you don't have many viewers. What if you ask Hyung Suk and sing together with him?" The thought makes Daniel Park original body recoil in shock. Me? He recalls the festival performance, a memory of shared success. "It was really nice when you two sang together at the festival." He thinks, then wonders, should I ask Hyung Suk when I go to school tomorrow? The idea fills him with hesitant hope. His wide, anxious eyes betray his internal turmoil, yet he forces out a reassuring thought, "It's okay." Leaning back, Daniel Park original body reflects on Daniel Park attractive body's unwavering support. "He had a hard time at the festival for me," he acknowledges. "Hyung Suk has done his best for me." Newfound resolve hardens Daniel Park original body's expression. "This is something that I must do," he declares inwardly, steeling himself. A genuine smile breaks through his usual anxiety as Daniel Park original body decides, "I can't trouble him anymore. I don't want Hyung Suk to be evaluated here. He wants to stand on his own." Flicker of surprise crosses Daniel Park original body's face, perhaps at his own unexpected resolve. Far from her charming persona, Yui's face twists into a grimace of annoyance, the mask of kindness momentarily slipping. Yui sits, legs crossed, a frustrated che escaping her lips as her irritation boils over. Yui glares at her screen, seeing the rising rank of a rival streamer. Hanul, she seethes. When did her room rank go up so much? Yui's fury mounts as she watches Hanul's stream. "She is going to catch up to me," she rages, accusing the rival of copying her. "They made her best BJ when she's only done livecast videos for a week. The managers are doing whatever to please themselves." The screen flashes with massive donations. "Gangnam landlord switched to her," Yui exclaims, witnessing the 1,000 moon balloon gift flood. She scoffs, he is mistaken into thinking he can buy 8-inch moon balloons. "Good, thank God he got away from me. People like him are the most dangerous." Determined, Yui forces a saccharine smile, making cute gestures. Let's be more cute," she declares, reciting cutesy gibberish to recapture her audience. After her forced display, Yui winces. "Yua, did I go too far?" She quickly blames her rival. "I was thinking about that Hanul bitch too much." Yui's confidence returns as she sees more gifts. But there are still people who are giving me moon balloons," she asserts, a smug grin spreading across her face. Yes, they are going to give them to me, no matter what I do." Yui's eyes gleam with a calculating, almost cruel amusement. "Pushovers, he, she thinks, her true nature laid bare. Yes, the pretty girl in this country is powerful. You give me money no matter what I do, because I am pretty." The golden light of the sky shifts once more, signaling a new chapter in the unfolding drama. Back in his room, Daniel Park original body continues his live stream, his voice still strained, his brow furrowed with effort. Grim reality of his stream hits hard, only 2 watchers, and the few comments are brutal. He pig, one reads, another suggesting, rap is nice, do it without showing your face. Daniel Park original body closes his eyes, a harsh word stinging, his face a mask of profound dejection. A small webcam captures his determined gaze. But there are people who cheer for me, he thinks, clinging to a sliver of hope. Let's do it steadily. Suddenly, a voice calls out, Duckwa, jolting him. Ha! Standing in the doorway, Daniel Park, attractive body, smiles brightly. I came to see you on my way home, he explains, noticing the open door. Daniel Park, attractive body, smile widens as he processes the scene. Hiyu, what are you doing? Wow, you're doing a live broadcast, he exclaims, surprised. Hyung Suk? Daniel Park, original body, stares in utter shock, his mouth agape. Daniel Park, attractive body, oblivious to the internal turmoil, offers, shall we do it together? For example, like the song we sang together at the festival? Daniel Park, attractive body, extends an invitation. Okay, let's do it together. Come here. Daniel Park, original body, face lights up, exclaiming, wow, really? His gratitude is palpable as he adds, thank you, Hyung Suk. Daniel Park, original body, ponders while his mother and a female relative exchange knowing glances. His mother thinks he is doing it again, hinting at Daniel Park, attractive body's recurring performances. The female relative chuckles softly, he. Seated before a camera broadcasting on Paprika, Daniel Park, attractive body, asks, do I sit down here? Daniel Park, original body, beaming, confirms, yes, you are a guest. Daniel Park, attractive body, gazes around the studio, a spark of excitement in his eyes. Wow, this is fantastic, he remarks, clearly impressed by the setup for their live stream.
A triple panel of shock. Daniel Park, original body, his mother, and the female relative are wide-eyed, mouths agape, as a massive bubble dominates the frame, signaling an overwhelming surprise. Daniel Park, attractive body, flashes a confident smile, his presence radiating charisma. The words AWE and awesome pop around him, reflecting the immediate positive impact of his performance. Live stream explodes with activity. 100 moon balloon gift and 300 moon balloon gift. Alerts flood the screen. Viewers question, is he a celebrity? And praise, you're really handsome, showering him with virtual affection. The frenzy escalates. Demands for paprika right now and connect to internet right now
fill the air, indicating the rapid virality of Daniel Park, attractive body, as performance. Daniel Park, original body, holds his phone to his ear, a look of stunned silence on his face.
He processes the overwhelming reaction from the live stream. Back on Paprika, Daniel Park, original body, excitedly asks, how about it? Did you see it? It's great. Daniel Park, attractive body, then addresses the audience directly, announcing, we are going to sing. Please listen to us.
Daniel Park, original body, mother, phone pressed to her ear, lets out a delighted Lala, while furiously clicking her mouse, fully immersed in the live stream. Daniel Park, attractive body, image dominates the screen, hailed as this handsome guy is. His visual appeal clearly captivating the audience. The stream shows Princess Lala sending a 1,000 moon balloon gift, as comments like wow she has a lot of money and awesome flood in. Daniel Park, original body, mother is clearly going all out. Daniel Park, original body, mother, with a fierce, competitive grin, declares, how dare she try to compete with me? I am giving 3,000. Do you know how much my monthly pocket money is? She is determined to be the top supporter. Exhausted from her gifting spree, Daniel Park, original body, mother slumps in her chair, defeated.
I gave it all, and I lost.
She laments, having spent all her money.
Tears stream down Daniel Park, original body, mother's face as she cries out, what is this? Why can't I have that handsome guy?
Her fangirl devotion reaches comical levels of despair. A sleek, modern skyscraper pierces the night sky, its geometric design illuminated against the stars. The scene shifts to an urban landscape. Lee Jin-sung is seen at a desk, his blonde hair distinctive, engrossed in his laptop. He appears focused, perhaps on work or research. Daniel Park, attractive body, looks on with a hint of worry, reflecting, it was scary.
This suggests the intensity of the previous event left an impression on him.
The camera pans across a quiet street at night, revealing a brightly lit convenience store on a corner, a beacon in the urban darkness. Inside the convenience store, a male store worker, wearing a cap, looks up with a questioning expression.
Do you need a plastic bag?
He asks, his face etched with slight confusion. Daniel Park, original body, a satisfied smile on his face, waves goodbye to the male store worker as he exits the convenience store, clearly content. Back behind the counter for another grueling shift, Daniel Park, original body, can't help but calculate the fruits of his labor, realizing his earnings today equal a full month's wages. His mind races with possibilities, a wide, goofy grin spreading across his face as he wonders exactly how to spend this sudden windfall. The first thought that warms his heart is his mother. He imagines the look of pure joy on her face if he brought home a special gift. But then, another face drifts into his mind, the short-haired girl student, her gentle smile glowing in his imagination. Turns beet red, his heart hammering against his ribs as he entertains the delusional hope that she might actually confess her feelings to him. The chime of the door breaks his trance. Instinctively, he puts on his best customer service face and belts out a cheerful welcome. The greeting dies in his throat. His eyes widen behind his glasses, fixed on the person who just stepped through the door. It's a man covered in tattoos, wearing dark shades and a tank top despite the September chill, radiating a thuggish energy. Standing right beside him is the short-haired girl student, looking annoyed and shivering in the cold air.
Daniel Park, original body, is paralyzed.
He recognizes her instantly, but the context of her being with this man is a total system shock. Gang member, Mustache, tries to act tough, claiming his visible goosebumps are just a skin condition rather than the cold. Daniel Park, original body, desperately tries to rationalize the situation, hoping against hope that this brute is just her protective older brother. He sweats profusely, noticing how utterly different they look. The internal alarm bells are screaming that something is very wrong. His gaze drops to the counter, focusing on the items they're about to purchase. The sight is like a physical blow. It's a box of adult products, a clear indication of their true relationship. His world crumbles. Why would the innocent girl he admired be buying something like this with a man like him? The short-haired girl student looks away, her expression cold and devoid of the kindness he thought he saw in school. Daniel Park, original body, stands frozen, his mouth slightly agape as the reality of her double life sets in. Suddenly, she snaps. Her voice is venomous as she asks why he's staring, calling him a disgusting pig for even looking at them. The insult cuts deep. The girl who once seemed like an angel is now looking at him with pure, unadulterated loathing. The two of them start bickering, their toxic dynamic on full display while Daniel Park, original body, remains trapped in a nightmare. Gang member, Mustache, looks confused by the girl's sudden outburst, wondering if she's mistaken him for someone else. Daniel Park, original body, is a ghost behind the counter, unable to process the sheer vitriol coming from his crush. Gang member Mustache turns his aggression toward Daniel, demanding to know what he's thinking while staring at the girl. Daniel Park, original body, can't even form words, only managing a series of incoherent stammers as his brain short-circuits. She doubles down on her disgust, her face contorted in a sneer that shatters every positive memory he had of her. His inner monologue screams in denial.
This can't be the same girl. It simply cannot be her.
Outside, the convenience store sits quietly under the night sky, oblivious to the emotional execution happening within its walls. Gang member Mustache grows impatient, his voice rising as he accuses Daniel of ignoring him.
But Daniel Park, original body, is miles away, lost in the crushing weight of his own disillusionment.
He flashes back to her sweet demeanor, calling him by name with a kindness that now feels like a calculated lie.
He remembers her words about equality and humanity, words that now taste like ash in his mouth. The contrast is unbearable.
The innocent girl was just a mask for someone who truly finds him repulsive. He realizes he's being labeled a pervert just for standing there, the victim of a cruel twist of fate and a fake personality. Gang member Mustache finally snaps, lunging forward with a violent strike, determined to punish the pig for his silence. The gang member Mustache's hand connects with brutal force, a resounding slap echoing through the quiet store. Daniel Park, original body's head snaps back, his eyes wide with shock and pain.
Is this real? Is this how it always is for him?
Before Daniel Park, original body, can even process the first blow, a swift, powerful kick slams into his side, sending him reeling.
He's a ragdoll, helpless against the relentless assault.
Store clerk watches, horrified, her hands flying to her mouth. Even the gang member Mustache's expression is twisted into a grotesque mask of rage. Daniel Park, original body, is dazed, his mind struggling to catch up.
Did he just avoid a hit, or was that just a phantom sensation?
The gang member Mustache glares, utterly disgusted by Daniel Park, original body's perceived lack of reaction.
The gang member Mustache seethes, sweat beading on his brow.
He's been fighting for 10 years, he boasts internally, and a simple slap from him should have had more impact. Suddenly, a sharp cry pierces the air. Daniel Park, original body, flinches, startled, snapping back to the harsh reality of the situation. Gang member Mustache is a whirlwind of fury, screaming insults and threats. He vows to show Daniel Park, original body, what a real beating feels like, clenching his fist for another devastating strike. A powerful punch connects squarely with Daniel Park, original body's face. He cries out, unable to comprehend why this sudden, brutal assault is happening. But then, just as quickly as it began, the assault halts. The gang member Mustache's fist hangs suspended inches from Daniel Park, original body's face, a flicker of confusion crossing his features. Daniel Park, original body, can only wonder who or what stopped the attack. Close-up reveals a familiar, intense gaze. Lee Jin-sung stands silently, his lips slightly parted, a subtle tension in his jaw. Lee Jin-sung, clad in a white hoodie and cap, stands poised at the store entrance, his presence commanding attention.
His expression is unreadable, yet undeniably resolute.
Daniel Park, original body, recognizes him with a jolt of surprise.
It's Lee Jin-sung.
Gang member Mustache demands to know who Lee Jin-sung is. The store clerk, still shaken, identifies him as a first-year student in her class. Lee Jin-sung's eyes narrow, taking in the scene.
He wonders if the store clerk is Kim Yui and if the aggressive thug is her boyfriend, noting the man's clear gangster demeanor.
Daniel Park, original body, is overwhelmed, realizing he had cried out without thinking.
A wave of fear washes over him. What if this escalating violence turns on him next?
Daniel Park, original body, looks at Lee Jin-sung, a sudden understanding dawning on him.
Is this guy, Lee Jin-sung, always subjected to such brutal beatings?
Flashes of past violence, a montage of someone being relentlessly struck and kicked, underscore Daniel Park, original body's chilling realization. The store environment feels distant as Daniel Park, original body, grapples with the unfolding chaos, admitting he has no idea what's truly going on. Lee Jin-sung steps forward, his voice calm but firm, asking the thugs to stop hitting Daniel Park, original body. He explains that he owes Daniel Park, original body, something. Daniel Park, original body, is stunned by Lee Jin-sung's intervention, a fresh wave of empathy washing over him as he acknowledges how truly unpleasant it is to be beaten.
The gang member Mustache scoffs, indignant at being spoken down to by a mere kid.
His hand drops to his side, revealing a glint of metal, a weapon, ready for use.
Lee Jin-sung challenges him, demanding to know his identity.
The gang member Mustache proudly declares himself as Lee Ju-young, third year at John High School, before his eyes fall on a familiar wallet. Lee Jin-sung's expression hardens as he addresses the store clerk Kim Yui, accusing her of having a lot of nerve. The gang member Mustache is utterly bewildered by Lee Jin-sung's sudden shift in focus, his face a mask of confusion. The store clerk's eyes widen in panic as Lee Jin-sung reveals her secret. She tried to give that wallet to Park Hyung-suk, Daniel Park, original body's true name. Store clerk erupts in a furious denial, screaming at Lee Jin-sung and demanding that everyone just leave, desperate to escape the unraveling situation. She frantically tries to silence the conversation, extending a hand as if to physically stop the words from coming out. The gang member, Mustache, turns his menacing gaze on her, demanding she reveal more, sensing there's a deeper story at play.
Amidst the escalating tension, Lee Jin-sung remains a stoic observer, his expression unyielding as he watches the drama unfold.
The tension isn't just external. Whispers ripple through the school halls, focusing on a pretty boy in class. One student, dismissive, labels the gossip about Kim Yui's obsessive gift-giving as utter nonsense. The conversation continues, detailing how even these specific pants were a rejected gift from Kim Yui to Daniel Park, attractive body. The implication is that despite the gifts, he doesn't reciprocate her feelings. Daniel Park, original body, is overwhelmed, sobbing uncontrollably. He believes the attractive boy is completely smitten with Yui, blinded by his feelings. Cap-wearing student vehemently denies the claims, asserting that Daniel Park, attractive body, is interested in them, not Yui. They further insult Yui by stating, "Mi-jin is way prettier than you." A curious classmate presses for details, asking how the student knows so much. The student casually replies, "I sit beside him," implying close proximity to Daniel Park, attractive body.
Lee Jin-sung remains slumped at his desk, seemingly oblivious.
The atmosphere shifts as Vasco, his back taut with fury, confronts Kim Yui.
She desperately pleads, "No, don't you trust me?" as his anger visibly escalates.
Kim Yui's face contorts in a mix of terror and defiance, tears streaming.
She cries out, "UFCK," again, and desperately promises, I promised you before that I will never do it again. I only have you." A brutal punch connects, sending blood splattering as Kim Yui's face distorts from the impact. A Stark appears, emphasizing the shock of the violence. Daniel Park, original body, and another student recoil in horror, screaming "Kaya" as the brutal scene unfolds before them. Vasco adjusts his sunglasses, a chilling calm settling over his features despite the bleeding from his nose. "Cough, my nose," he mutters, then barks, "Shut up, UFCK." Vasco's rage boils over. "Am I going to be deceived twice?" he snarls, delivering a vicious kick to Kim Yui, who is now sprawled on the floor, eliciting another terrified "Kaya." Vasco's foot descends, brutally stomping on Kim Yui's hair. "You f***ing bitch," he roars, the impact punctuated by a sharp. The scene widens, revealing the chaos within the convenience store as Vasco continues his tirade. "Are you cheating on me again? You think I'm funny, don't you?" he screams, accusing her of secretly meeting guys who are giving you moon balloons and getting sponsored by them. The sounds of impact echo. Daniel Park, original body, tries to intervene, his face contorted in fear as he meekly calls out, "Excuse me." Kim Yui, still defiant, insists, "That's other girls on Paprika. I never do that." But Vasco's fury cuts her off. "Shut up. I can't trust you anymore." A close-up on Daniel Park, original body's sweat-soaked face reveals his sheer terror as a voice snarls, "Hey, you crazy guy." Suddenly, Daniel Park, attractive body, enters the fray, his presence radiating an undeniable aura. He coolly assesses the situation and declares, "You are beating your girlfriend? You two are both trash." Vasco's expression shifts from surprise to seething rage. "Crazy? Trash?" he echoes, then clenches his fists. "Wow, I really am f***ing angry today." Kim Yui remains a crumpled figure on the floor, sobbing and whimpering no. As a menacing voice warns, "You wait a moment, you sit." Daniel Park, attractive body, gaze sharpens, a silent challenge in his eyes as he commands Vasco, "You, come here." Daniel Park, original body, is overcome with panic, frantically suggesting, "Police. Let's call the police." The scene abruptly shifts to a vibrant live stream. A charming streamer, Hanul, winks and forms a heart with her hands, exclaiming, "Ah, gang nam landlord. Are you running again today? Thank you, kiss." Notifications flash across the screen. 100 moon balloon gift. A voiceover reveals he is spending money again. The goal is clear, to win against Yui. I have to get this pushover. Another streamer, Kim Yui, smiles sweetly, thinking, I have to be cuter. She thanks her viewers, determined, I have to get him for sure. A hand clicks a mouse repeatedly, the sound echoing. A thought surfaces, he is a pushover with a lot of money. On the computer screen, Hanul continues her stream, saying, thank you always. The Gangnam landlord watches, a smug thought forming, she is naive. In his cluttered room, Daniel Park, original body, stares wide-eyed at the screen, a manic grin spreading across his face as Hanul calls out, Gangnam landlord, heart. He clicks the mouse, a question mark appearing in the air above him. Surrounded by the squalor of his room, Daniel Park, original body, basks in his delusion. Hanul is really head over heels for me. But reality bites as he notes, I only have 60,000 of emergency money left. I have few moon balloons left. A single cup noodle and a drink stand as symbols of his sacrifice. I am going to use the emergency money to get more moon balloons, he resolves, and live with a single cup noodle for tomorrow. Daniel Park, original body, eyes betray a flicker of guilt as he recalls the question, what do you do? Why do you have so much money? He remembers his lie, job, I do, manual labor. The mouse clicks again. Screen displays chat reactions to his fabricated persona. I have several small businesses, happy face, wow, CEO. As I thought, great, a rich guy. Daniel Park, original body, internally insists, it's not a lie. Then laments, I should have been a person like that.
the harsh reality crashes in. Daniel Park, original body, bitterly blames his circumstances because I have a disabled guy for a dad. His frail father weakly calls out, I'm hungry. Daniel Park, original body, rages internally, Dad, you, again, you pissed, again. He concludes with a desperate cry, this society is discriminating against me. The bitter truth of his existence suffocates Daniel Park, original body. Trapped in a squalid room, surrounded by trash, he desperately clings to a glimmer of hope, managing his online blog. He pushes through exhaustion, lamenting, it's hard to do deadlines, please visit my blog. Even as his body screams for rest and sustenance, his own father's weak, repeated calls for food echo the crushing weight of his reality. Rage builds within Daniel Park, original body. This isn't his life, he screams internally, refusing to shoulder the blame. His eyes fixate on a streaming screen, witnessing a lavish display of moon balloons, virtual currency gifted to a streamer. He seethes, demanding to know who dares to shower Han-Nul with such gifts, a stark contrast to his own poverty. The streamer, a man with a cap, grins widely, exulting over a 2,000 moon balloon donation from Gangnam landlord. He promises a song of love, oblivious to the despair he fuels in Daniel Park, original body. Daniel Park, original body's internal monologue intensifies, blaming society for his plight. His meticulously planned savings of 200 million won are a distant dream. He needs money desperately. His gaze falls upon his father's deposit bankbook, a grim reminder of their meager installment savings and disability pension. In a fleeting fantasy, a beautiful woman smiles, declaring her love and intent to marry him. It's a cruel escape, a vision of the life Daniel Park, original body, yearns for, yet remains impossibly out of reach. The fantasy shatters. The streamer, once beaming, now stares blankly, the joy gone from his face, mirroring Daniel Park, original body's own hollow existence. Back in the suffocating reality, Daniel Park, original body, sits hunched over his computer, muttering a hollow I love you to the fading dream. His father's frail hand in the foreground and the continued plea, I'm hungry, serve as a harsh anchor to his miserable present. Scene shifts, showing a quiet street corner at night. The city sleeps, but for Daniel Park, original body, the night holds a different kind of awakening. Inside a convenience store, a menacing figure, gang member, pointed hair, stands with a sneer. He laughs maniacally, hurling insults at Daniel Park, attractive body, who stands calmly nearby. This is the new Daniel Park in his attractive body, facing a fresh challenge. Daniel Park, attractive body, maintains a composed demeanor, his expression unreadable. He internally acknowledges the simmering anger within him, a feeling he hasn't experienced in a long time. Gang member, pointed hair, extends a hand, beckoning Daniel Park, attractive body, closer, feigning friendliness while promising not to strike him. His laughter is a clear provocation. Lowering his sunglasses, gang member, pointed hair, reveals a smirking gaze, reiterating his false assurance that he won't resort to violence. His true intentions, however, are transparent. Without warning, gang member, pointed hair, launches a swift, powerful strike. But Daniel Park, attractive body, reacts instantly, effortlessly catching the thug's arm mid-swing, his composure unwavering. Gang member, pointed hair's face contorts in pure shock and disbelief. His attack, meant to intimidate, has been nullified with casual ease. Daniel Park, attractive body, simply holds gang member, pointed hair's arm, his expression calm, almost bored. The thug's surprise is palpable. Gang member, pointed hair, quickly retracts his arm, feigning a light-hearted demeanor. He dismisses his failed attack as merely trying to give a scare, attempting to save face. Then, with a renewed surge of aggression, gang member, pointed hair, declares his next move to be the real one and unleashes a genuine, powerful punch aimed directly at Daniel Park, attractive body. Daniel Park, attractive body, barely acknowledges the incoming strike, his gaze indifferent, a subtle hint of annoyance the only visible reaction. Suddenly, Sun, a female student, reacts with a startled gasp, her eyes wide with surprise at the escalating confrontation. Daniel Park, attractive body, turns to Sun, inquiring about her relationship with Mi-Jin. Before she can fully answer, gang member, pointed hair, erupts in a furious challenge, demanding to know if Daniel Park, attractive body, has a death wish. Sun, visibly shaken, struggles to process the rapid turn of events. Daniel Park, attractive body, then instructs her to pretend she never witnessed anything today, emphasizing the need for secrecy. With a calm yet firm tone, Daniel Park, attractive body, assures Sun that he will handle gang member, pointed hair, then declares that he was never involved in a fight, setting the stage for a decisive, one-sided confrontation. Gang member, pointed hair, now fully enraged, prepares another punch. He scoffs at Daniel Park, attractive body's apparent disregard for women, challenging him with a fierce demand to know his identity. Before gang member, pointed hair, can complete his boast, Daniel Park, attractive body, unleashes a devastating, critical strike, connecting with a brutal punch that shatters the thug's composure and sends him reeling. Two onlookers, a shocked student and Sun, stare in wide-eyed horror and disbelief at the sheer force of Daniel Park, attractive body's attack. Daniel Park, attractive body, coughs slightly, feigning ignorance, claiming he couldn't see that and doesn't know what happened. It's a calculated act, maintaining his facade of innocence. Internally, Daniel Park, attractive body, reflects on the pain of being struck, the humiliation of defeat. He refuses to lose here, understanding that a loss would bring unbearable shame, fueling his resolve to dominate the confrontation. His resolve hardened. Daniel Park, attractive body, is blindsided, unable to track his opponent's movements. A guttural ugh escapes him as he struggles to comprehend the speed, questioning the identity of this formidable assailant. From the sidelines, Daniel Park, original body, watches, stunned by the sheer velocity of the attack. He marvels at Daniel Park, attractive body's uncanny ability to evade a blow with just a single hand, a feat he can barely believe. Daniel Park, original body, dissects the strike, a punch delivered with a stretched arm, a brief, deceptive pause, then a sudden impact. This isn't a standard straight punch. He wonders if it's a specialized boxing technique. His feet shift with lightning speed, a blur of motion. This footwork too deviates sharply from the direct, straight attacks he's encountered previously. The sudden, explosive rotation, Daniel Park, attractive body, unleashes a devastating side punch, his body twisting into the strike. Daniel Park, original body's eyes widen further. From the side, he internally exclaims, utterly bewildered by the unconventional attack angle. What is that technique? Daniel Park, attractive body's fist connects with brutal force, slamming into his opponent's jaw. Saliva and blood erupt from the impact, a testament to the sheer power behind the strike. Without pause, Daniel Park, attractive body, pivots, driving a vicious uppercut directly into the tattooed man's chin. The force is immense, launching his opponent into the air. His shoes rip from his feet as blood arcs through the air. Both Daniel Park, original body, and the store clerk recoil in shock, their faces contorted in wide-eyed horror at the brutal display of power. Daniel Park, attractive body's eye gleams with an unwavering, cold determination. Daniel Park, original body, realizes the secret. Daniel Park, attractive body, channeled his entire body weight into the attack, making it far more potent than any direct straight punch. A fleeting image flashes through Daniel Park, attractive body's mind, his opponent, battered and coughing, collapsing to the ground. He recalls the provocation, the injustice that fueled this retribution. Daniel Park, attractive body, stands over his fallen foe, his expression stern. "You shouldn't hit a girl," he states, his voice carrying a cold authority. The store clerk looks on, a mix of surprise and apprehension on her face as she processes Daniel Park, attractive body's words. Daniel Park, attractive body, then corrects himself. "There's a saying, you shouldn't hit people with even flowers." He emphasizes the core principle, it's flowers. Daniel Park, attractive body, turns, pointing directly at the startled store clerk. "Hey, you," he commands. "Keep this a secret." The clerk, still shaken, can only stammer a meek yeah. Daniel Park, original body, watches, a bead of sweat tracing his temple. He hears Daniel Park, attractive body's final declaration, "Also, I don't owe you anymore." Daniel Park, attractive body, turns his back, his fist clenched. "If you still think it's unfair, you should hit me once," he challenges, then adds, "But you were harassing son." The scene shifts to a dimly lit outdoor gym at night. Daniel Park, original body, muses, "Come to think of it, sunglasses are glasses too." He then considers Lee Tae-sung, thinking, "He would have made a fuss if he saw me." Lee Tae-sung strains under a barbell, his face contorted in exertion. A nearby trainer observes, perplexed. "Hey, student, what is it?" he asks. "Is it hard? You normally handle it easily. Are you sick?" Lee Tae-sung's face is slick with sweat, his expression pained. An inexplicable itch in his ears suddenly flares, debilitating his focus and rendering him unable to continue his training effectively. The vast night sky gives way to a grim reality, an open ledger. Daniel Park, original body, stares at the entries, a crushing realization dawning on him. "I used it all." He despairs, the words echoing his financial ruin. The creepy man, looking gaunt and frail in his bed, laments his dire financial state. "I used all the installment savings from the disability pension." He moans, "I can't charge moon balloons anymore." On a screen, a streamer named Han-Nul appears. The creepy man's obsession is clear. "Han-Nul is indifferent toward me nowadays," he frets, consumed by fear. "Others will steal her away." The creepy man's face contorts in a desperate, horrified mask. "Why? Han-Nul can't do this to me," he cries, touching his face in disbelief. "She received all my love until now." His eyes, wide and bloodshot, burn with a furious sense of betrayal. Did she betray me?" he screams internally, the question ripping through him. "Our love?" His rage escalates as he bites his lip until blood wells, a visceral display of his fury. I can't forgive her." He seethes, his mind consumed by self-pity. "Why is the world tormenting me?" Consumed by his spiraling self-pity, Daniel Park, original body's rage transforms into a desperate obsession. His torment finds a new focus, the cheerful streamer on his screen, who bids her audience goodnight, ending her livecast. The camera lingers on the streamer's image, a simulated kiss mark appearing on the screen as Daniel Park, original body's warped fantasy takes hold. Daniel Park, original body's face contorts into a grotesque mask of desire, a trickle of blood from his nose highlighting his disturbing fixation. Clutching his phone, Daniel Park, original body, mutters his intent, a chilling determination hardening his expression. He has to see her. His mind races with a singular, disturbing thought: he must find her. The squalid bathroom around him is a stark contrast to the fantasies brewing in his head. The decisive click, Daniel Park, original body, captures the streamer's image, a critical step in his escalating pursuit. He zooms in on the background of the captured image, meticulously searching for clues. His focus narrows to a window visible behind the streamer, a potential key to her location. His computer, Daniel Park, original body, strains his eyes, the pixelated image frustrating his attempts to decipher a sign outside the window.
He needs more information.
His eyes, wide and bloodshot, betray his intense concentration. He begins a frantic search, typing variations of the blurred text, determined to find a match.
The search results flood his screen, dozens, then hundreds of possibilities.
He relentlessly sifts through them, each click bringing him closer to his target. His hand, poised over the mouse, clicks with a rapid rhythm. He activates Street View, piecing together fragments, a second-floor accommodation, a telephone pole. More clicks, more data. He triangulates the location, identifying a villa, a specific floor, and even the cardinal direction based on the sunset.
His digital hunt is proving disturbingly effective.
A grotesque smile spreads across Daniel Park, original body's face, his laughter echoing his twisted joy. He fantasizes about meeting her, touching her, his delusion solidifying into a terrifying plan. Under a vast, golden sky, Daniel Park, original body's internal monologue declares his delusional claim: he is her husband. Meanwhile, in a brighter, more ordinary world, Sun walks home in her school uniform, oblivious to the predatory gaze that has found her.
Sun, too, dreams of streaming, aiming to surpass her rival.
Her thoughts are innocent, focused on her aspirations. As she walks, Sun glances back, a gentle smile on her face as she calls out to Daniel Park, original body, completely unaware of his dark intentions. Chilling scene unfolds as the creepy man, his face a mask of disturbing delight, looms directly behind Sunday. Her expression shifts to one of shock and fear. Night falls, and the target location is revealed. The MI-Ray accommodation for examiners sign glows ominously in the dark, marking the place Daniel Park, original body, has so obsessively sought.
Inside a home, a woman searches for her laundry, her questions echoing through the room.
She can't find her clothes, a subtle hint of something amiss. Her clean clothes, previously placed on a drying rack, are now inexplicably gone.
A sense of unease begins to creep in.
Her eyes widen with a dawning realization.
The clothes aren't in the washing machine either. Something is truly wrong.
She looks out her window, clad only in her undergarments, a chilling vulnerability exposed as she unknowingly searches for what has been stolen. In a dark corner, Daniel Park, original body, is revealed, his hands clutching a delicate piece of underwear, sniffing it with a disturbing sniff-sniff sound. His obsession has escalated to a terrifying new level. Bathed in a single, cold shaft of light, Daniel Park, original body, sits alone, his face twisted in a perverse ecstasy as he clutches the stolen garment. An extreme close-up of Daniel Park, original body's face, eyes closed in disturbing bliss, emphasizes the depth of his depravity. The scene shifts to a brightly lit convenience store, a stark contrast to the darkness that shrouded Daniel Park, original body's actions. Inside, a male clerk behind the counter expresses his shock, reflecting on a truly crazy and shocking day, perhaps unknowingly hinting at the unsettling events unfolding in the city. Her eyes wide with a sudden, chilling dread, the store clerk's composure shatters as an unseen horror unfolds before her. Meanwhile, Daniel Park, original body, still grappling with the day's bizarre occurrences, wishes for nothing more than a moment of peace, his mind a swirl of confusion and fatigue. New customer enters, the creepy man with an unsettling grin, his gaze fixed intently on something beyond Daniel Park, original body's view. The creepy man internally notes the arrival of a regular, a figure he seems to have been anticipating, observing him with a strange intensity. Daniel Park, original body, observes the customer, recognizing his daily purchase of soju, a habit he vows never to emulate in his own life. Creepy man, however, is less interested in his purchase. His attention is entirely consumed by his phone, an unsettling obsession that piques Daniel Park, original body's curiosity. The phone screen displays a live broadcast, a familiar face captivating the creepy man's undivided attention. Daniel Park, original body, gasps in recognition. It's Ha Nul, the popular streamer, now the subject of this unsettling individual's intense scrutiny. Creepy man continues to stare at his phone, captivated by the live stream, even as he moves through the store, maintaining a disturbing focus.
Their eyes meet.
The creepy man's unsettling smile widens as Daniel Park, original body, realizes he's been caught observing him. A cold shiver runs down Daniel Park, original body's spine, a primal fear triggered by the creepy man's penetrating gaze. Creepy man's face contorts further, a twisted expression of surprise and perhaps amusement at Daniel Park, original body's visible reaction. Overwhelmed by dread, Daniel Park, original body, frantically hands over the soju, his body trembling with an unspoken terror. The object of the creepy man's daily ritual, a simple bottle of soju, now seems imbued with an ominous significance. Daniel Park, original body, stares after the creepy man, a lingering sense of unease and confusion washing over him. The unsettling encounter leaves Daniel Park, original body, deeply troubled, a cold sweat beading on his brow as he processes the strange interaction. Shifting scenes, a hand clutches a full trash bag, preparing for a late-night disposal in a dimly lit alley. Store clerk, seemingly the woman from the live stream, walks down a dimly lit street, casually chatting on her phone about mundane tasks. Her conversation reveals a self-assured, almost arrogant side as she brags about her popularity and influence, oblivious to the lurking danger. Hanging up, she disposes of the trash, leaving the bags in the dark alley, a sense of vulnerability beginning to creep in. Alone in the oppressive darkness, the store clerk feels a sudden surge of fear, regretting her isolation and wishing for company. Her voice barely a whisper, she attempts to call out, a desperate plea for reassurance echoing in the silent night. From the shadows emerges the creepy man, his sinister smile illuminated by the faint light, a chilling response to her unspoken fear. Her eyes snap wide open, reflecting pure, unadulterated terror as she comes face to face with the lurking danger. The creepy man's smile widens, a predator's grin, as he mockingly acknowledges his own suspicious presence. His footsteps echo softly in the desolate alley, a chilling reminder of his predatory pursuit under the guise of asking for directions. Overwhelmed, the store clerk screams internally, recognizing the imminent threat and desperately urging herself to escape. Suddenly, Daniel Park, original body, bursts into a frantic run, shouting a desperate warning to flee as the terrifying reality of the situation fully descends upon him. His desperate cry rips through the air, reaching Sun, whose eyes widen in pure, unadulterated horror. She stares, paralyzed by the unfolding nightmare. Daniel Park, original body, extends a frantic hand, a desperate plea for Sun to escape. His mind races, trying to place the creepy man, bewildered by how he knows Sun's name. Creepy man's grotesque smile sends shivers down Daniel Park, original body's spine. He recognizes the perverted glint in his eyes, feeling a primal disgust for the man who now threatens Sun. A chilling realization dawns on Daniel Park, original body. His eyes snap wide, a cold dread washing over him as he finally connects the dots. He whips his head back, catching sight of the creepy man's hand reaching behind his back. The truth hits him like a physical blow. The man bought a knife. Creepy man's smile stretches wider, a silent, terrifying confirmation of Daniel Park, original body's worst fears. The air crackles with malevolent intent. With a manic glint in his eyes, the creepy man brandishes a large kitchen knife, its blade glinting menacingly in the dim light. He raises it high, ready to strike. Both Daniel Park, original body, and Sun recoil, their faces contorted in screams of pure terror. The threat is real, immediate, and inescapable. The knife descends, a dark blur aimed at them. The creepy man's hateful curses echo, but Daniel Park, original body's only thought is to run, to flee this impending doom. Daniel Park, original body, shoves Sun, urging her to escape, but his own body moves sluggishly, burdened by its weight. He knows it's too late. The creepy man's face contorts into a rictus of pure rage, the knife poised for a lethal blow. Daniel Park, original body, is trapped, his mind screaming, "What should I do?" Blade streaks down, a flash of cold steel aimed directly at Daniel Park, original body's head. His eyes are wide, unseeing, as time seems to slow to a crawl. In a sudden, jarring shift, we glimpse Daniel Park, attractive body, executing a perfect, lightning-fast boxing combination, a phantom of power and precision. A surge of incredible speed and force manifests, a sudden burst of energy that defies all logic, hinting at an impossible intervention. Just as the knife is about to pierce Daniel Park, original body's arm unexpectedly shoots out, deflecting the lethal strike with an impossible surge of strength. The creepy man is caught off guard, his eyes wide with shock. Both the creepy man and Sun stare, utterly dumbfounded by the sudden, miraculous intervention. Disbelief paints their faces. The knife clatters to the ground, shattered into two pieces. Daniel Park, original body, gasps, a wave of relief washing over him. They are alive. Creepy man stumbles back, utterly bewildered. His plan shattered, he panics, frantically wondering what to do next. Another phantom image of Daniel Park, attractive body, flashes mid-punch, embodying perfect form and devastating power. Daniel Park, original body, unleashes a powerful, focused punch, a blur of motion that seems to defy his own physical limitations. Punch connects with brutal force, sending the creepy man reeling back, his face contorted in pain and shock. The impact resonates through the alley. The creepy man stumbles, disoriented, his mind struggling to comprehend the impossible strength and speed of Daniel Park, original body. Daniel Park, original body, stares at his own hand, utterly flabbergasted. He realizes his arm is too short for such a devastating strike, yet he landed it. What just happened? Creepy man looks up, his face a mask of terror and confusion, demanding to know what Daniel Park, original body, truly is. Enraged, the creepy man screams, clinging to his twisted obsession, declaring that Sun belongs to him. But Daniel Park, original body, now stands over him, a newfound, terrifying power simmering beneath his skin. The creepy man thrashes in Daniel Park, original body's iron grip, his voice hoarse with a twisted obsession, still screaming that Sun belongs to him. Sun, caught in the terrifying vortex, screams, her eyes wide with fear. Disoriented and reeling from Daniel Park, original body's unexpected power, the creepy man stumbles back, his face contorted in a grotesque mask of confusion and denial, unable to comprehend his rejection. Sun's eyes are wide with unadulterated terror, her mind racing with horrifying thoughts. She desperately wonders what to do. A disturbing montage of the creepy man's past actions flashes through Daniel Park, original body's mind, a chaotic, drunken gathering, a helpless figure collapsed, and the chilling realization of the creepy man's predatory intent. Daniel Park, original body's face contorts with pure disgust and righteous fury. He recognizes the creepy man, recalling his past perverse actions and the chilling declaration that son was his. The cold, sharp gleam of a large kitchen knife fills the frame, a stark and terrifying visualization of the execution the creepy man had planned, a deadly intent brought to light. Creepy man's face is a grotesque mask of malice and desperation, his grip tight on the knife, his screams echoing with a chilling, deranged frenzy. A sudden, brutal impact. The creepy man's head snaps back violently, his hat flying off as a heavy dumbbell connects with devastating force, forcing him to drop a menacing blade. Daniel Park, original body, maintains his vice-like grip on the creepy man, his face shadowed with resolve as son's terrified shriek pierces the tense air behind him. Powerful hand, taut with suppressed fury, clenches into a fist, poised for a decisive, bone-shattering strike, the air crackling with impending violence. Suddenly, Vasco bursts onto the scene, radiating raw power and confidence. He extends a tattooed arm, acknowledging Daniel Park, original body's actions with a declaration of respect. Daniel Park, original body, stares in utter disbelief, calling out Vasco's name, while son's screams continue to echo, amplifying the chaos of the moment. Creepy man, writhing in agony, desperately clutches the fallen knife, his face twisted in a murderous rage, vowing to kill despite his pain. Vasco's gaze is sharp and unwavering, his expression grim and resolute as he confronts the creepy man, stating with cold certainty that he witnessed every abhorrent detail. The narrative rewinds to just a moment ago, focusing on the menacing kitchen knife, a silent harbinger of the violence that was about to unfold. Flashback: the creepy man strides confidently down a dimly lit alley, a chilling smirk on his face, clutching the knife and his phone, completely unaware he is being observed. Daniel Park, original body, hidden in the oppressive shadows, cautiously peeks around a corner, his eyes widening with growing concern as he spots the sinister figure of the creepy man. Sweat beads on Daniel Park, original body's forehead as he observes the creepy man's suspicious behavior, noting the live broadcast and the gleaming knife, a cold dread settling in as he realizes the grave danger. Acting swiftly, Daniel Park, original body, pulls out his phone and dials the emergency number, 112. He decides to alert the police, torn between the urgent situation and his responsibility at the convenience store. The call connects. Daniel Park, original body, reports the man with the knife, confirming his location in a dark, ominous alleyway, the urgency clear in his voice. Still hiding in the shadows, Daniel Park, original body, answers a barrage of police questions, his frustration mounting as they inquire about the threat and the type of knife. Police assure Daniel Park, original body, that an officer will be dispatched, but his trust is shattered, his expression reflecting deep doubt and exasperation. Daniel Park, original body, desperately racks his brain, wondering if there is anyone else, somebody who can truly provide immediate assistance in this dire situation. The flashback concludes, and Vasco stands tall, a formidable and imposing presence, his intense gaze fixed, ready to confront the immediate threat with unwavering resolve. Vasco moves with deliberate purpose, his powerful physique evident as he closes in on the unfolding chaos, a silent force of justice prepared to intervene. If there's anyone who can stop this nightmare, it's him. Daniel Park clings to that name like a lifeline in the darkness. His fingers tremble as he dials the number, the rhythmic ringing on the screen echoing the frantic pounding in his chest. Relief floods his senses as the line connects. He actually answered. Daniel stammers, his voice cracking under the pressure. On the other end, the heavy clank of iron and the sound of deep, rhythmic breathing fill the air. Vasco is clearly in the middle of an intense workout. Daniel quickly explains the situation. There's a lunatic with a knife, and things are spiraling out of control fast. Vasco's tone shifts instantly, becoming cold and focused. "Where is it?" he demands, his fury already bubbling beneath the surface. Meanwhile, the creepy man stands under the dim streetlights, a grotesque, toothy grin plastered across his thin face. The phone clatters to the ground. Daniel screams, telling the girl to run as far away as possible. Maniac lunges, his eyes wide with a murderous frenzy, shouting about an execution as he swings the blade with reckless abandon. Suddenly, a mountain of muscle slams into the scene. Vasco has arrived, his body glistening with sweat and his tattoos standing out against his tensed muscles. He's gasping for air, his gaze locked onto the predator with a look of pure, unadulterated judgment. Daniel realizes with a shock that Vasco didn't just run here, he ran the whole way while carrying a massive dumbbell to maintain his pump. Even in this life-or-death moment, Daniel can't help but stare at Vasco's choice of attire, ridiculous polka-dot pajama pants. The attacker is too far gone to care, screaming about being abused as he prepares another lethal strike with the kitchen knife. His face is a mask of battered insanity, blood dripping from his nose as he loses all sense of reality. Daniel and the girl watch in frozen terror, the sheer malice of the attacker weighing heavy in the air. The man's hand tightens around the hilt, the metal gleaming with a cold, predatory light. He unleashes a wild flurry of slashes, the blade whistling through the air in a desperate attempt to draw blood. Vasco moves with the precision of a seasoned fighter. He intercepts the man's arm, his grip locking on like a steel vise. The maniac's eyes go wide as he realizes his execution has been halted by a force far greater than his own. With a thunderous impact, Vasco delivers a crushing blow, the sheer power of the strike sending the attacker reeling. Man is lifted off the ground, his feet dangling as he struggles fruitlessly against Vasco's overwhelming strength. You shouldn't use a knife, Vasco growls, his voice low and dangerous as he stares down the criminal. He applies bone-crushing pressure to the man's wrist, a physical manifestation of his unwavering sense of justice.
Knife clatters onto the pavement. The threat has been neutralized with surgical efficiency. Daniel watches in awe.
Every time he sees Vasco in action, the raw power of the leader leaves him speechless. Vasco pulls back a massive, tattooed fist, preparing to deliver the final judgment. "Clench your teeth," he commands.
But before the blow can land, a desperate cry echoes through the alleyway. An elderly man on a small cart rolls into the light.
The old man prostrates himself, begging for mercy.
"He is my only son. Please forgive him."
Vasco freezes, his fist hovering inches from the target. The cold fury in his eyes is replaced by a heavy, somber realization. The image of a man, his face contorted in agony and shame, flashes before Vasco's eyes, a stark reminder of past humiliation. He recalls the man's desperate cries, his privacy invaded, his son's words cutting deep. "What is it, Dad?
You sneaked a peek at my computer and followed me? SS so embarrassing."
Then, the woman's distraught scream echoes in his mind, hearing her child's hatred. "What if Hanul sees you and hates me?
Why did you come?" Vasco remembers his own past ruthlessness, standing over the bald man who begged for forgiveness for his son.
Vasco had coldly commanded him, "Get lost." Fat victim student's own words, a harsh command for his father to leave, pierce the memory, highlighting the depth of the public shaming. "Get lost, Dad." The father's face contorts in anguish as his son's accusation rings out. "What have you done for me, Dad?"
The raw pain of that moment is undeniable.
Then, the mother's face, ravaged by despair, as her son's accusation turns on her. "What have you done for me, Mom?" Father's desperate cry rings out, blaming societal prejudice and discrimination for his plight. "They ignore me because of what I look like.
They discriminate against me. It is not equal."
Vasco stares, unmoving, as the man's angry tirade escalates, condemning collectivism, accusing the government, and bitterly claiming women only care about money.
The man's gaze finally lands on Vasco, a single accusatory word hanging in the air. "You."
Vasco's stern voice cuts through the accusations.
"Don't blame others," he states, his gaze unwavering. The question hangs heavy in the air, a direct challenge to the man's self-pity. "Have you tried doing something by yourself?" The fat victim student watches, expressionless. The fat victim student remains silent, the weight of Vasco's words seemingly settling upon him. Father's despair breaks through, a desperate shriek proclaiming the futility of effort. "We can't overcome it. It is useless. There is no use trying anything." Vasco's response is stark, a quiet declaration of triumph. "I overcame it." The memory shifts to the blare of sirens as a police car finally arrives, a voice lamenting their tardiness. "They came so late." The bald man, tears streaming, desperately pleads with the officer, begging for his son's forgiveness just once. Cold click of handcuffs echoes, sealing the fate of the son. As the father is led away, his frantic cries of Hanul pierce the night, a desperate plea to his child, as onlookers, including the fat victim student and Vasco, watch. Whispers ripple through the crowd, questions of what happened, met with the grim answer: "There was a knife fight." Vasco's gaze sharpens, a subtle smirk playing on his lips as he addresses someone. "Are you okay, boy? I know you better now." Suddenly, the fat victim student lunges, embracing Vasco in a tearful sob, surprising him. Girl, tears streaming down her face, clutches someone tightly, her voice laced with concern. "Pig, are you hurt a lot? Did he hurt you?" Vasco, surprised, utters her name. Hanul." Vasco's stern expression cracks, a single tear tracing a path down his cheek as he acknowledges the immense pain endured. He sobs, a silent admission of sorrow. The intense moment is abruptly broken by a sudden realization, a forgotten task. "Right, I forgot. No, I am going to the toilet." A part-timer's mundane thought intrudes. Mundane reality of a part-timer's life crashes back. Daniel Park, original body, returns to a chaotic scene at the convenience store, customers grumbling, "This is a big mess." One impatiently wonders, "When is he coming?" while another jests, "Did he die in the toilet?" Daniel Park, original body, profusely apologizes, I am sorry." A serene blue sky, dotted with fluffy white clouds, heralds a shift in time and setting, transitioning from the night's frantic pace. The clean, stark lines of an empty classroom appear, bathed in the soft morning light, suggesting a new day has dawned. Daniel Park, attractive body, sits composedly at his desk, his gaze distant as the morning sun streams into the classroom. Whispers ripple through the classroom as students observe Daniel Park, attractive body, captivated by his presence. Hyung Suk is looking handsome. One thinks there's a certain mood about him today, another sighs, he's really cool. TTTT. Vasco, his muscular frame imposing, fixes a stern gaze forward, challenging with his words, "Did you try doing something by yourself?" Sun approaches Daniel Park, attractive body, with a radiant smile, her demeanor bright and friendly. "Hyung Suk, she greets, "Good morning." Sun's expression turns serious as she leans in, asking Daniel Park, attractive body, a probing question. Her thoughts betray a conflict, picturing Daniel Park, original body, as she struggles to articulate, "Look, but I wanted to ask you something. Your friend Pig." "No, that kid. Where does he live?" A wave of self-disgust washes over Sun as she recoils from her own thoughts. Him? Yeah. "Why do you ask?" she stammers, a horrified UWA escaping her as she mentally chastises herself.
Sun's internal turmoil manifests in a chibi-like outburst, her mind screaming, "Why am I thinking about that pig when I have Hyungis UK?
I must be crazy."
Distressed female student, her face showing signs of injury, cautiously approaches, her voice barely a whisper, excuse me.
Her presence draws a questioning gaze. Other students react with shock and revulsion at the sight of Yui's bruised face.
"Whoa, look at Yui's face.
Why is she like that? Look at her face," whispers one. Another mutters, "Yuigot hurt a lot. Wow, disgusting."
The disgusted student's face fills the frame, her expression one of utter revulsion, echoing the sentiment, "Wow, disgusting." Daniel Park, attractive body, looks on, concerned and unsure how to respond to Yui's appearance.
"Yeah, Yui," he acknowledges internally, "UWA. What should I talk about?"
Lee Jin-sung observes Yui with a thoughtful, almost pained expression. He muses, she's still waving her tail at him when she was beaten up like that.
"She's really great." A hand extends, offering a neatly folded handkerchief. The gesture is accompanied by the simple explanation, "It's a handkerchief. I bought it for you."
Yui presents the handkerchief to a startled Lee Jin-sung, calling his name Jin-sung. He looks up, clearly taken aback by her action, a question mark hanging in the air.
Lee Jin-sung's eyes widen, completely blank with shock and confusion. A cascade of question marks illustrates his utter bewilderment.
Yui, her face etched with sorrow, declares, "I broke up with him.
Thank you very much for yesterday." She then adds a frantic whisper, "Mi Jean is watching us." Lee Jin-sung internally questions if she's lost her mind. Did she go crazy after getting beaten up? Another female student, likely Ni-jin, scoffs at Yui's words, dismissing them with a mocking laugh. "Ha ha ha ha, what are you talking about? Did we meet yesterday? Were you dreaming?" Yui, mortified, apologizes, "I'm sorry. Was it a secret?" As Lee Jin-sung's horror intensifies with a silent "Yua." The sky paints itself in hues of orange and yellow, marking the arrival of a tranquil sunset, a moment of calm after the day's drama. Daniel Park, original body, sits alone, his expression downcast, in what appears to be a broadcasting booth, a microphone before him. Warm, fading light of the sunset continues to dominate the sky, signaling the passage of time. Sun walks away, her silhouette against the vibrant sunset, lost in thought, her expression pensive. Lee Jin-sung's shocked face returns, his mind reeling. He processes Yui's actions and words, a new realization dawning. "Jin-sung, as I thought, he likes me, Jean?" Lee Jin-sung's shocked face returns, his mind reeling. He processes Yui's actions and words, a new realization dawning. "Jin-sung, as I thought, he likes me, Jean?" Now, Daniel Park, original body, finds himself in an unfamiliar place, a question mark hanging over his head as he tries to comprehend his surroundings. A mysterious figure approaches Daniel Park, original body, who, startled, demands to know their identity. The figure reassures him, claiming not to be a threat. The scout woman reveals her purpose, stating she's there to scout Daniel Park, original body, for business, leaving him in a state of bewilderment. The scene shifts, showing only the vast, empty sky, a brief moment of calm before the storm. Lee Jin coldly dismisses Lee Jin-sung's attempts to speak, stating they aren't close enough for such conversations. Lee Jin-sung watches, his face contorted in pain. Lee Jin-sung's heartbreak is palpable, tears streaming down his face as he lets out a painful sob. The emotional wound is deep. A sinister presence emerges, a voice tauntingly welcoming someone's arrival, hinting at impending conflict. Lee Tae-sung stands menacingly, his sunglasses reflecting a cruel smirk. He vows violent retribution, declaring his target's demise. Ni-jin confronts Lee Jin-sung, questioning if he's been fighting again. He tries to deny it, but his distressed expression tells a different story. Ni-jin declares her departure, leaving Lee Jin-sung to desperately call out her name as she walks away, a crushing blow to his already fragile state. Fading words of Mi-jin's departure echo against the empty sky, emphasizing Lee Jin-sung's growing despair. Three menacing figures, gang member, bald, gang member, pointed hair, and gang member, mustache, corner Lee Jin-sung. They confirm his capture and demand to see his face, anticipating a brutal confrontation. Gang member, bald, cruelly mocks Lee Jin-sung, suggesting he sent his girl away out of shame. He then orders Lee Jin-sung to look up, ready to inflict more humiliation. Three gang members erupt in mocking laughter, calling Lee Jin-sung a sucker and ridiculing his evident distress. Lee Tae-sung, still oblivious to the shift in atmosphere, gloats about his connections, warning Lee Jin-sung that he is utterly doomed. The gang members continue their taunts, telling Lee Jin-sung to look up, feigning friendliness while their smiles betray their malicious intent. Lee Jin-sung, head still bowed, utters a quiet, ominous challenge to his tormentors. Sudden recognition dawns upon the gang members. They exchange confused glances, wondering if they've encountered Lee Jin-sung before, a flicker of unease crossing their faces. Lee Jin-sung's face is illuminated, tears still flowing, as he questions the relentless cruelty directed at him. The gang members' confusion gives way to horrified recognition. They scream in terror, realizing the true identity of the boy they've been tormenting. Lee Jin-sung's tear-streaked face twists into a terrifying grin. He declares he has nothing left to lose, his eyes burning with a chilling resolve, sending shivers of fear through his attackers. Lee Tae-sung, still oblivious, dismisses the gang members' sudden fear, arrogantly questioning their understanding of the situation. The terrified gang members try to warn Lee Tae-sung, realizing his ignorance of Lee Jin-sung's true power, calling him stupid in their panic. Lee Jin-sun's fury erupts.
His face contorted in rage, he challenges all of them to attack him, declaring his patience has completely run out.
The gang members, now utterly terrified, try to de-escalate, desperately pointing out that Mi Jin's distress is a direct result of Lee Tae-sun's actions. Lee Jin-sun unleashes a devastating barrage of punches, fueled by his rage and sorrow over Mi Jin, screaming his fury with every strike. The air vibrates with the rapid, impactful blows of Lee Jin-sun's assault.
The gang members cry out in agony as they are overwhelmed by his power. 2 remaining gang members, battered and bruised, huddle together in defeat, vowing never to return to this place after experiencing Lee Jin-sun's wrath. The scene shifts to Daniel Park, attractive body, who, with a charming smile, asks a student named Nam Soo about his involvement with second-hand Rana. Daniel Park, original body, appears distressed, lamenting his inability to acquire a limited edition item and pleading for help in finding rare goods. Daniel Park, attractive body, smiles, feigning ignorance about second-hand Rana but earnestly asking for assistance, his true intentions hidden behind a polite facade. A Yamasoho filter activates, transforming Daniel Park, attractive body's expression into one of menacing resolve.
His eyes glow with a chilling intensity as he issues a deadly ultimatum: find the items or face dire consequences.
As the chilling ultimatum from Daniel Park, attractive body, reverberated, the narrative shifts focus to a quiet residential district where Daniel Park, original body, was embroiled in a different kind of high-stakes mission. His goal, acquiring a pair of coveted DG Jordan shoes. But the online market was brutal, with exorbitant prices and a hefty premium due to their celebrity association.
Daniel Park, original body, sat hunched over his computer, utterly defeated.
He had tried everything, but his budget was a severe limitation.
Begging the sellers seemed his only desperate recourse.
His attempts to negotiate were met with cold rejection.
Even a polite inquiry for the DG Jordan shoes at 300,000 won was swiftly shot down.
Growing desperate, Daniel Park, original body, even offered to buy the shoes, regardless of their condition, for the same price. But the seller, dismissive, simply told him to get lost.
His frustration reached a boiling point.
He lamented Lee Jin-sung's lack of market knowledge, realizing he might have to dip into his own meager funds to secure the item for his friend. The thought brought tears to his eyes. Suddenly, a notification chimed.
A new seller had appeared, offering the DG Jordan for exactly 300,000 won.
Daniel Park, original body's surprise was palpable. He quickly confirmed the purchase and asked to pick them up, but the seller suggested courier delivery.
Daniel Park, original body's expression instantly soured.
Recall the past trauma. A previous courier delivery had brought him nothing but a brick instead of a camera. He absolutely refused to risk another scam.
Daniel Park, original body, pleaded to pick up the shoes in person.
The seller, after a moment, agreed to switch to KakaoTalk Messenger, a move that puzzled him. He speculated the seller might be trying to save on texting fees.
Driven by curiosity, he decided to check their profile picture to uncover their identity.
His eyes widened in shock and delight. The seller was a girl, and a very pretty one at that.
His entire demeanor shifted from frustration to eager anticipation. With this new revelation, all his previous worries melted away.
He was now fully committed to the exchange. On KakaoTalk, Daniel Park, original body, showered her with compliments. She revealed the shoes belonged to her brother, who was joining the army. After some convincing, and her admission of being scared of meeting strangers, she finally agreed to a personal pickup.
Success!
Daniel Park, original body, beamed, internally congratulating himself. Not only was he getting the shoes for Lee Jin-sung, but he was also meeting a pretty girl. This was a win-win scenario. The setting shifts to a different part of the city, the day progressing towards his fateful meeting. His joy was boundless. He pictured Lee Jin-sung's gratitude and the delightful encounter with the charming seller. His scheme was unfolding perfectly. Lee Jin-sung, looking weary, questioned Daniel Park, original body's decision to go, perhaps sensing the underlying motives. Daniel Park, original body, waved off Lee Jin-sung's concerns, insisting it was his specialty to verify items and that he should help with everything since he was already involved. Lee Jin-sung, despite his initial reluctance, eventually conceded, finding it more convenient if Daniel Park, original body, handled the pickup. With a feigned apology and thanks, Lee Jin-sung departed. Daniel Park, original body, chuckled internally, convinced Lee Jin-sung would now owe him a favor. His manipulative plan was working flawlessly. He reveled in the thought of meeting a girl and being thanked, all while Lee Jin-sung was saving money. It was, in his mind, the perfect double play. The urban landscape bustled, setting the stage for Daniel Park, original body's grand entrance. He stood, feeling utterly perfect and fully equipped with all the essential items for a popular guy to conquer the day. Secret weapons included shoulder pads meticulously designed to create the broad, attractive shoulders that girls supposedly adored. He also sported hip pads to enhance his physique and shoe insoles, subtly increasing his height to appear more natural and commanding. Clad in his augmented attire, Daniel Park, original body, felt like a general in armor, ready for battle, comparing himself to Iron Man in his suit. He envisioned himself as the pinnacle of human evolution, a Homo option plug, the next step in the species' pursuit of beauty. His confidence soared, convinced that every passerby was captivated by his newfound aura.
He was utterly brimming with self-assurance.
He finalized the meeting details with the seller, touch that she offered to meet halfway due to the distance. His anticipation for the encounter was at an all-time high until a voice from behind startled him. Voice belonged to the seller, a young woman who now stood before Daniel Park, original body. She inquired if he was the shoe buyer, her presence immediately captivating him. Internally, Daniel Park, original body, was stunned by her beauty. A closer look at the store clerk revealed her delicate features, confirming Daniel Park, original body's internal assessment. She was indeed stunning. Driven by infatuation, Daniel Park, original body, beamed, suggesting they find a quieter place, perhaps a coffee shop, to inspect the goods, hoping to prolong their interaction. As Daniel Park, original body, mentally pictured a cozy coffee shop, two intimidating figures, gang member, mustache, and gang member, bald, materialized on either side of him, shattering his pleasant fantasy with a jolt of fear. Daniel Park, original body, reeled in shock, turning his head to look at the unexpected intruders. The gang member, mustache, pointed forward, sternly instructing him to keep his gaze ahead. The gang member, mustache, commanded Daniel Park, original body, to smile, his tone leaving no room for argument. Daniel Park, original body, was utterly bewildered by the sudden, menacing turn of events. The gang member, bald, leaned in, delivering chilling threats. Any attempt to signal for help with his eyes or open his mouth would result in dire consequences. Daniel Park, original body, could only register a terrified what internally. Daniel Park, original body's horror. The store clerk remained impassive, showing no reaction to the unfolding intimidation. This unnerving calm deepened his growing dread, making him question if this was all a setup. Under duress, Daniel Park, original body, was forced to plaster on a fake smile, the gang member, mustache, insisting he act like their friend. A horrifying realization dawned on Daniel Park, original body. He had walked right into a trap. Panic set in. Daniel Park, original body's mind raced, grappling with the crushing fear of losing all his money. Scene shifted, revealing a desolate alleyway shrouded by tall buildings and a web of overhead wires, a perfect backdrop for illicit dealings. Pressed against a grimy wall, Daniel Park, original body, was a picture of utter despair, sweat beading on his face, his eyes wide with terror. The three gang members, gang member, mustache, gang member, bald, and gang member, pointed hair, now surrounded him, the store clerk observing from a distance. The gang member, pointed hair, casually counted the money they had just extorted. Gang member, mustache, and gang member, bald, puffed on cigarettes, openly mocking Daniel Park, original body's naive profile picture. Daniel Park, original body, could only wish this nightmare was just a dream. The store clerk, now looking distressed, clarified her non-involvement, stating that her photo was merely used without her consent and the number wasn't hers. She angrily demanded they stop using her image for their scams. Meanwhile, the gang member, pointed hair, continued to meticulously count the stolen cash. Gang member, pointed hair, confirmed the exact amount taken, 300,001. He then casually asked Daniel Park, original body, if he was even listening. A horrifying realization struck Daniel Park, original body. The gang member, pointed hair, was the one who had contacted him. The entire transaction had been a meticulously planned scam, orchestrated to steal his money. His gaze fell upon the coveted sneakers, the very item that had lured him into this trap. Daniel Park, original body, was consumed by panic, desperately wondering how to escape this dire situation. Gang member, pointed hair, taunted him, asking if he still wanted the shoes. Daniel Park, original body's mind fixated on Lee Jin-sung's money, the true weight of his loss crashing down on him. Tears streamed down Daniel Park, original body's face as the gang member, pointed hair, mocked him, revealing the use of a fake phone to avoid detection. The store clerk pleaded for them to stop using her photo. As they prepared to leave, the gang member, bald, issued a final, chilling threat. He knew Daniel Park, original body's home address, school, name, and phone number, warning of severe repercussions if he dared to report them. Gang member, bald, instructed Daniel Park, original body, to count to 100 after they left. Daniel Park, original body, could only stare blankly, utterly defeated and speechless. A silent scream echoed in Daniel Park, original body's mind. The thought of losing all of Lee Jin-sung's money, the crushing guilt, twisted his face into a mask of pure anguish. Against the backdrop of a vast, indifferent sky, Daniel Park, original body, finally found his voice, a desperate cry of "Wait," escaping his lips. His sudden outburst caught the gang members off guard. They paused, turning back with expressions of surprise and annoyance. Daniel Park, original body, pleaded with them, his voice cracking with desperation, begging them to let it go, emphasizing that the money wasn't even his. His plea was met with derisive laughter. The gang members found his desperation amusing, their mocking echoes filling the grim alleyway. In a frantic attempt to intimidate them, Daniel Park, original body, blurted out that the money belonged to a really scary guy who was a boxer, hoping to scare them into returning the cash. He continued to plead for the money back, stressing the boxer's fighting prowess. The store clerk, however, dismissed his efforts, reminding him that a fake phone meant they were untraceable, advising him to simply leave. Gang member, mustache, and gang member, bald, exchanged amused glances, finding Daniel Park, original body's story about a boxer utterly ridiculous. They mocked his attempt to appear tough. The gang member, pointed hair, sighed with exasperation, regretting his initial friendly demeanor, realizing it only encouraged such foolishness from kids.
His expression suddenly darkened, eyes narrowing into a menacing glare.
The gang member, Pointed Hair, challenged Daniel Park, original body, asking if he truly found him amusing. Gang member, Pointed Hair, promised to show Daniel Park, original body, what true fear was. Daniel Park, original body, was overwhelmed, internally convinced he was doomed, and that this gang member, too, was a formidable boxer. While Daniel Park, original body, grappled with the terror of the gang's threat, a different story unfolded at J High School, far from the looming danger. Inside, Daniel Park, attractive body, appeared troubled, his gaze distant, while Daniel Park, original body, looked utterly perplexed, reacting to some unsettling news.
Daniel Park, original body's mind reeled, a cartoonish expression of shock on his face as he processed the revelation: they stole everything?
The narrative confirms a student named Nam Soo had been severely beaten.
His bruised face, swollen from past beatings, highlighted his anxiety.
He dreaded further violence, wondering if he would be forced to pay back the stolen funds himself.
Daniel Park, attractive body, ran a hand through his hair, regretting his absence during the incident.
A sudden realization hit him, a spark of understanding. Daniel Park, original body, expressed profound gratitude to Lee Jin-sung, tears streaming down his face in a chibi form, for enduring such hardship because of him.
Daniel Park, attractive body, let out a chilling laugh, warning that he wouldn't tolerate any deception. His expression was both amused and menacing.
A short-haired girl student, observing their conversation, interjected, questioning what they were discussing about Lee Jin-sung. She listened intently as they explained the situation, her expression shifting to one of deep thought. Daniel Park, original body, still flustered, confirmed that the scammers had indeed left their messaging app accounts active.
A profile picture of a determined-looking girl flashed into view, prompting an exclamation of surprise. It's her. Is it a girl?
Daniel Park, original body, clarified, revealing he initially thought it was a girl, but it turned out to be a group of guys.
He then looked at Daniel Park, attractive body, realizing he had forgotten a crucial detail.
He continued to explain his initial misunderstanding, emphasizing his surprise at the true nature of the scam. The short-haired girl student gasped, understanding the scam's mechanics. The culprits would use the stolen phones until they were reported, maximizing their illicit gains. The screen displayed search results from a second-hand market, revealing a shocking list of fraudulent sales linked to the same number.
These are all fraudulent sales by them.
Daniel Park, attractive body, proposed a daring plan. Lee Jin-sung would contact the scammers, pretending to be a buyer. Daniel Park, original body, urged Lee Jin-sung to change his profile picture to a more unassuming, easy face to lure them out.
Lee Jin-sung, though touched, felt a wave of apprehension.
Daniel Park, attractive body, then took a picture of Lee Jin-sung with his phone, preparing the bait profile. Lee Jin-sung, despite the compliments on his new small fry profile, felt a deep sense of unease, finding the whole situation unpleasant. Daniel Park, original body, nervously asked Lee Jin-sung if he should now initiate contact, feigning interest in buying the item. Daniel Park, attractive body, affirmed, instructing him to arrange a pickup. Moments later, a reply arrived.
The scammer, noticing the cute profile, suggested meeting at John Station, even offering to cover the train fee. Lee Jin-sung questioned the chosen location.
Daniel Park, original body, recognized John Station as a common meeting point for such scams, realizing the culprits likely lived nearby but preferred a neutral, central location. Daniel Park, attractive body, expressed surprise at the short-haired girl student's knowledge of such schemes. She revealed her past experience, having been swindled by a former boyfriend. She recounted how, without Lee Jin-sung's help, she would have fallen victim to her scammer boyfriend's tactics. Her expression was filled with regret and a hint of lingering fear from her past ordeal.
Memory of her ex-boyfriend, handsome but intimidating, surfaced.
She admitted being scared of him due to his age and influence. She confessed to feeling dependent, believing she would be alone without him, highlighting the psychological manipulation she endured. Meanwhile, a group of delinquents, including the delinquent leader, smirked, finding the situation amusing and unexpected. They were clearly the intended targets of the sting operation. Small fry profile picture of Lee Jin-sung, meant to appear unassuming, was displayed, with a melancholy caption about lost love. The three large judo club members, wearing their club shirts, confronted Lee Jin-sung. They mocked his appearance and accused him of fraud, clearly having seen through the disguise. The central judo club member, angered by the perceived deception, declared that Lee Jin-sung was messing with the wrong guy. Thugs demanded Lee Jin-sung's money and ordered him to leave, offering a small travel fee as a taunt. Lee Jin-sung was surrounded, the situation escalating rapidly. Suddenly, a powerful kick connected, sending one of the judo club members flying with a shocking impact. The delinquent leader, the one who delivered the devastating kick, smirked triumphantly, asking if they now understood the situation. Remaining judo club members were stunned, recognizing the assailant's expertise in taekwondo, as their comrade was sent airborne. Another brutal strike landed, the force of the blow emphasized by the sound effects, leaving the target reeling. The brutal strike left Daniel Park, original body, gasping, his eyes wide with pain and terror as he cried out in agony.
A cruel laugh echoed, the unseen assailant deriding his idiotic strength.
The smug grin of the tormentor widened, a chilling question hanging in the air, challenging Daniel Park, original body, to acknowledge his hopeless situation. The bully's taunt escalated, questioning Daniel Park, original body's will to continue as distant, desperate cries for help echoed from the building, a stark reminder of the ongoing brutality. Daniel Park, attractive body, stood tall, exuding an aura of undeniable power, declaring himself the strongest. His casual posture belied the sharp impact of his actions, eliciting groans and cries from his opponents. Daniel Park, original body's face twisted in an agonizing scream, his body racked with pain and terror, unable to withstand the relentless assault. The store clerk watched, her face etched with profound concern as the sounds of violence continued to erupt, her helplessness palpable. The bully's hands meticulously counted out the stolen money, confirming the exact amount with a satisfied, mocking chuckle. Daniel Park, attractive body, casually sat atop his defeated opponent. He offered the laptop, the bait having clearly worked, as the bully beneath him groaned in defeat. Defeated bully lay battered and bleeding, barely conscious, yet still muttering about high re and demanding food, his depravity unshaken even in his pathetic state. The store clerk remained frozen, observing the scene, while the bully's voice continued to gloat about the day's greatness and plans for more mischief, oblivious to her quiet despair. As a desperate plea for help echoed, Daniel Park, attractive body, moved with a resolute stride, ready to confront the next challenge. Jinho, Sugun, and another bully recoiled in shock, their faces contorted in a mix of fear and surprise at the unfolding events. Daniel Park, original body, listened, his anxiety mounting as he overheard hushed conversations about a looming fight at John Station, the prospect of violence unsettling him deeply. A sharp voice cut through Daniel Park, original body's thoughts, snapping his attention to an unexpected query. Jinho, Sugun, and their accomplice moved with urgency, declaring their intention to eat before heading to the confrontation. Daniel Park, original body, watched them leave, a look of wide-eyed surprise on his face as he processed their casual disregard for the impending conflict. His surprise deepened, a silent question in his wide eyes as he continued to observe their departure. Daniel Park, attractive body, confronted the bullies, questioning the necessity of their participation in the fight and suggesting they didn't need to be there. A chilling internal thought revealed the true fear that gripped Daniel Park, original body, during these tense moments. With a swift, fluid motion, Daniel Park, attractive body, seized a chair, intercepting another bully's attempt to grab it, a smug smirk on his face as he taunted their slowness. Daniel Park, attractive body, simply smirked, a silent challenge in his gaze as he held the chair, asserting his dominance. Lee Jin-sung, seemingly lost in thought, was suddenly addressed by a casual, teasing question about his food preferences. The tranquil garden lay bathed in sunlight, a momentary reprieve from the escalating tensions, offering a stark contrast to the violence elsewhere. Vasco, accompanied by Jae-yeol, carefully tended to a small patch of ground, with Jae-yeol curiously asking about the seed he had just planted. Jae-yeol explained, revealing the seed was from a delicious fruit he had saved, his expression earnest. The exotic durian, known as the king of fruit, was displayed, its spiky exterior and creamy interior a testament to its unique flavor. Jae-yeol, now distraught, wept openly, realizing the futility of planting tropical durian seeds in South Korea, while an internal monologue urged secrecy from Vasco. Daniel Park, original body, was suddenly confronted by Jinho, Sugun, and their group, who questioned his destination, his mind momentarily distracted by the mention of Vasco. The clear blue sky stretched overhead, a calm backdrop to the internal musings about the complex situation. Jae-yeol, his expression filled with concern, wondered aloud about Daniel Park, original body's well-being, acknowledging the sadness of his plight. Vasco's eye, sharp and intense, conveyed a silent understanding of the situation, a flicker of resolve in his gaze. Daniel Park, attractive body, took charge, sternly instructing Jinho, Sugun, and the others not to interfere. He declared he would handle the situation involving Daniel Park, original body, himself. Confused and hesitant, the bullies questioned his decision, but Daniel Park, attractive body, simply reiterated that not everyone needed to go. Jinho stands frozen, the weight of Daniel Park, attractive body's command hanging heavy in the air. The bully sweats, struggling to process the sudden shift in authority. He stammers a weak protest, suggesting they should all stick together, but Daniel Park, attractive body, isn't budging. Despite the confusion, Jinho eventually settles his nerves. He looks at the sheer confidence radiating from the boy in front of him and realizes that with someone this capable taking the lead, perhaps he has nothing to worry about after all. But Daniel Park, attractive body, isn't going in alone. Vasco and Lee Jin-sung step up, their presence a clear show of support. Vasco, always the man of action, bluntly states that if it's just the three of them, they can split the train fare and handle business properly. Plan is immediately derailed by a high-pitched protest. Sun and the short-haired girl student burst into the room, refusing to be left behind. Sun clings to Lee Jin-sung, making up a flimsy excuse about needing to buy books just to stay close to him. The scene shifts to a quiet, sun-drenched alleyway. The hum of the city feels distant here, but the atmosphere is thick with the anticipation of what's to come in this unfamiliar territory. They arrive at John Station, a landmark that marks the beginning of their journey into a neighborhood where they are clearly outsiders and the local rules might not favor them. Kill time before their next move, the group settles into a local spot called Cafe and Tea. It looks peaceful enough from the outside, but inside, the tension is already brewing. Even in a different town, Daniel Park, attractive body, can't help but draw eyes. The locals whisper about his looks and his uniform, realizing immediately that he isn't from around here. He tries to keep a low profile, but his natural aura makes him a beacon for attention. That attention isn't all positive. Across the room, a trio of rough-looking locals is already taking offense to their presence. Their faces are twisted in expressions of pure, unadulterated hostility. One of the thugs glares with murderous intensity, his face scrunched up as if he's just tasted something sour. It's a classic case of territorial aggression, and he's looking for any excuse to start a fight. The three of them lean in, their collective gaze fixed on the newcomers. They aren't even trying to hide their disdain, projecting a menacing aura that fills the small cafe. The standoff is palpable. On one side, the three local thugs, on the other, are group trying to enjoy their drinks. The air is so thin you could cut it with a knife. Daniel Park, attractive body, feels the weight of their stares. He wonders why they are glaring so intensely, questioning if these guys actually have a death wish for picking a fight with them. Lee Jin-sung is the first to lose his patience. He scoffs at the rudeness of the local kids, his own temper beginning to flare as he orders another milk to settle his nerves. Daniel Park, attractive body, sweats, regretting his earlier decision. He had planned to hide behind a larger group, but now, trapped with only Vasco and a hot-headed Lee Jin-sung, he realizes they are severely outnumbered in terms of local backup. Lee Jin-sung whispers a suggestion to launch a preemptive strike, but Vasco shuts him down instantly. He tells his friend to get a grip and stop looking for trouble in a place they don't know. Vasco's stoic logic only irritates Lee Jin-sung further. He knows Vasco is right, but being told to back down by the most dangerous guy in the room feels like a personal insult to his pride. Lee Jin-sung is about to explode when a sudden realization hits him. He shouts out in surprise, his aggressive posture vanishing in an instant as he spots a familiar face entering the cafe. It's Sun and her friend. They've managed to track them down, much to the shock of the boys. The girls look around the cafe, their presence immediately breaking the dark tension that had been building. Sun is frantic, explaining that Lee Jin-sung's phone was off and she was worried sick. She doubles down on her excuse about the bookstore, her eyes darting around as she tries to justify her surprise appearance. Lee Jin-sung is completely caught off guard. He stammers, wondering why on earth Sun would come all the way here, his tough guy persona melting away into genuine concern and embarrassment. Sun looks at him with wide, innocent eyes. She asks if they are planning to go to karaoke once they finish their business, her cheerful attitude clashing hilariously with the violent vibe of the room. Panic sets in for Lee Jin-sung. He doesn't want her anywhere near the potential fight. He rushes toward her, his face flushed, demanding to know why she didn't just stay home where it's safe. Two girls stand their ground, though Sun looks a bit startled by his sudden outburst. The short-haired girl student watches the exchange with a mix of amusement and confusion. Sun tries to lighten the mood, suggesting again that they all go out together later. She's determined to turn this stressful trip into a group outing, completely oblivious to the thugs watching them from the corner. Lee Jin-sung quickly changes his tune to impress her. He agrees to go later, his face turning a bright shade of red as he tries to act like the cool, protective boyfriend he wants to be. In the background, the fat victim student looks on with pure annoyance. The romantic tension between the two is clearly getting on his nerves, especially given the dangerous situation they are currently in. But the peace is short-lived. Lee Jin-sung's eyes sharpen as he spots something outside the window. His playful demeanor vanishes, replaced by the cold focus of a fighter who has just found his target. His gaze locks onto the thugs who have now moved outside. A predatory smirk plays on his lips. He's found them, and he's more than ready to show these locals what happens when they glare at the wrong people. Three thugs are waiting right outside, their leader cracking his knuckles. They mock the group, calling them out for being outsiders and demanding to know why they were acting so tough back in the cafe. The leader points toward a dark, secluded alleyway. With a sneer, he tells them to follow him if they have the guts. It's a direct challenge, and in this neighborhood, there's no backing down without losing everything. The challenge hangs heavy in the air. Jin-ho, one of Daniel Park, original body, as tormentors, gloats with a sneer, mocking his weakness. He laughs, dismissing Daniel Park, original body, as nothing more than a sucker. Suddenly, two onlookers gasp, their eyes wide with shock as they point towards something unfolding off-screen. A new presence has arrived. Among the crowd, a pretty girl with long, dark hair stares, her expression a mix of surprise and concern. Sun, Daniel Park, original body, S-crush, also watches, her brow furrowed in apprehension, clearly disturbed by the escalating situation. A single, heavy step lands on the pavement, announcing the arrival of a formidable figure. The new arrival's foot is firmly planted, a silent challenge to anyone who dares to make a fuss. Daniel Park, original body, and Sun recoil in utter shock, their faces contorted with disbelief as they recognize the new face. The situation has just taken a dramatic turn. Daniel Park, original body, S eyes whiten further, a silent scream of dread escaping him. He can't believe who just showed up. The bandana bully, a new delinquent leader, strides in confidently, a girl named Hai-ri held casually by his side. He issues a chilling warning, asking if anyone wants to die while boasting about having Hai-ri with him. Hai-ri, meanwhile, quietly reveals that he beat me. The bandana bully's smug expression falters as he senses a hidden gaze. He looks around, realizing someone was glaring at us, and a flicker of unease crosses his face. He saw me. Daniel Park, original body, gasps, calling out Jin Sung as he realizes the true implications of the situation. It's him, the one who caused trouble for Lee Jin Sung. Slick-haired bully, one of the original tormentors, turns in confusion as someone shouts about stolen money. Before he can react, a brutal punch connects with his face, sending shockwaves through the air. The impact is sudden, decisive. The slick-haired bully is sent flying, a whirlwind of motion, as the force of the blow lifts him off his feet. Bandana bully follows up with a swift, powerful kick, ensuring the first bully is completely incapacitated. His movements are sharp, practiced, and ruthless. The slick-haired bully lies motionless on the ground, defeated. The new delinquent's foot rests near his head, a stark symbol of his dominance. The bandana bully grins, a cruel question on his lips. Did you bring your friend for revenge? Nearby, terrified screams echo, calling out Lee Jin Sung's name. Suddenly, a rock whizzes past the bandana bully's head, narrowly missing him. He flinches, his cocky expression momentarily replaced by surprise. Sun rushes to the fallen bully, her face contorted with rage and concern. She glares at the bandana bully, demanding to know who are you and how he could commit such an act. Sun continues her furious accusations, blaming him for what happened to Lee Jin Sung and threatening to call the police. The bandana bully, unfazed, simply states he has business soon and dismisses them, telling them don't come again. He walks away with Hai-ri, who is visibly sobbing. Air crackles with tension as Daniel Park, attractive body, strides forward, his gaze locked on the bullies. Behind him, two companions follow, their expressions a mix of apprehension and resolve. Daniel Park, attractive body, wastes no time, his voice cutting through the silence, accusing the leader, "You swindler." The bandana bully, recognizing Daniel Park, attractive body, flashes a mocking grin. He taunts, asking if Daniel Park, attractive body, brought friends this time, clearly amused by the perceived weakness. Su-gun, a larger bully, steps forward, his expression sneering. He echoes the taunt, threatening Daniel Park, attractive body, with the same brutal beating Lee Jin Sung endured just yesterday, finding twisted humor in the situation. Jin Ho, another bully, watches Daniel Park, attractive body, intently, a glint of malice in his eyes as he prepares for the confrontation. He mutters a low, menacing, "Wait." Before Jin Ho can act, Daniel Park, attractive body, asserts his dominance, a hand raised in a clear gesture of challenge. He declares, "I'm first," signaling his intent to take the lead in this brutal dance. Daniel Park, attractive body, stands firm, a determined glint in his eyes despite a visible bruise on his cheek. He faces the three bullies head-on, issuing a bold challenge, "All three of you, come at me." The bandana bully's smug expression falters, replaced by genuine surprise. He stares at Daniel Park, attractive body, uttering a disbelieving, "What?" Su-gun, equally taken aback, echoes the sentiment, questioning Daniel Park, attractive body's audacity. His face contorts in confusion and irritation. The bandana bully quickly regains his composure, reverting to mocking laughter. He dismisses Daniel Park, attractive body's challenge as foolish, while Daniel Park, attractive body's companions look on with growing concern. Su-gun joins in the jeering, pointing out Daniel Park, attractive body's companions and sarcastically feigning fear. He mocks Daniel Park, attractive body, for bringing backup after a previous defeat, his laughter echoing maliciously. Bandana bully stretches nonchalantly, a smirk laying on his lips. He finds Daniel Park, attractive body's defiance really interesting, a predator sizing up his prey. Sun, watching from a distance, grows increasingly anxious. She recalls Daniel Park, attractive body's deceptive fighting style, warning aloud about his tendency for surprise attacks as a flashback shows a swift, powerful kick. Still underestimating Daniel Park, attractive body, the bandana bully leans in, his eyes narrowing as he asks, "How old are you?" His tone is condescending, treating Daniel Park, attractive body, like a child. Daniel Park, attractive body, clenches his jaw, his expression a mix of frustration and mounting anger at the bully's arrogance. He simply grunts, "Huh?" Without warning, Daniel Park, attractive body, unleashes a lightning-fast kick, catching the bandana bully completely off guard. The impact is swift and brutal, sending him reeling. Daniel Park, attractive body's face is a mask of cold determination, his fists clenched and ready. He moves with precise, calculated aggression. The bandana bully's eyes widen in shock, his earlier confidence shattered by the sudden, overwhelming force of Daniel Park, attractive body's attack. A single exclamation mark hangs in the air, signifying his utter surprise. Daniel Park, attractive body, follows up instantly, his hand clamping down on the bandana bully's face, asserting absolute control. The bully is stunned, unable to react. With a savage motion, Daniel Park, attractive body, slams the bandana bully's head into the concrete wall. Blood splatters, a stark testament to the sheer power behind the attack. The bandana bully's face contorts in pain, eyes rolling back as blood streams from his nose. He is clearly incapacitated, a single blow silencing his earlier bravado. Sun, along with Su-gun and Jin Ho, gasp in horrified disbelief. The bandana bully's swift defeat leaves them utterly stunned, the reality of Daniel Park, attractive body's strength hitting them hard. Daniel Park, attractive body, holds the bandana bully against the wall, his body slumped and unconscious. Su-gun, still reeling, recognizes the kick's devastating power. Daniel Park, attractive body, turns his gaze to the remaining bullies, his expression unwavering. He acknowledges their shock and simply states, "Next," ready to continue his assault. Jin Ho and Soo Gun exchange fearful glances. The sudden, brutal efficiency of Daniel Park's attractive body's attack leaves them in awe, realizing he is no joke. Soo Gun, though intimidated, observes Daniel Park's attractive body's heavy breathing and sweating, noting that he is tired. A glimmer of hope or perhaps renewed resolve flickers in his eyes. Despite his exhaustion, Daniel Park's attractive body steels himself. He declares, "Now I'm gonna do it," summoning his remaining strength for the next phase of the fight. Soo Gun looks on, a question mark hanging over his head as he tries to comprehend Daniel Park's attractive body's unwavering determination. Daniel Park's attractive body's eyes burn with fierce resolve, a silent promise of the impending onslaught. Sun watches, her expression etched with worry for Daniel Park's attractive body. Daniel Park's attractive body is visibly tired, sweat beading on his brow, but his will remains unbroken. He reiterates, "I'm gonna do it." Next, ready to face the next challenger. Soo Gun, fueled by anger and a desperate desire to retaliate, winds up for a massive punch, his body tensing with raw power. His face contorted in a furious grimace, Soo Gun boasts about his boxing skills, confident that Daniel Park's attractive body is finished when I catch him. Soo Gun lunges forward, unleashing a powerful boxing hook, his focus entirely on landing the decisive blow. He mutters, "If I catch him." The impact of Daniel Park's attractive body's counterattack distorts Soo Gun's face, a clear sign of the force he's just absorbed. Soo Gun's face is brutally contorted as he takes multiple, rapid-fire hits from Daniel Park's attractive body, his confident smirk replaced by pure agony. The flurry of blows from Daniel Park's attractive body continues, a relentless assault too fast for Soo Gun to track. Soo Gun's internal thoughts scream in disbelief. "I can't catch him. Why is he so fast?" Sheer speed and potent force of Daniel Park's attractive body's strikes are almost unbelievable, surpassing even the formidable Wu Jin. Soo Gun's body convulses under the onslaught, each strike landing with devastating impact. What is this overwhelming power? Onlookers gasp in collective horror and astonishment, their wide eyes and open mouths mirroring the brutality unfolding before them. Soo Gun can only reel, his mind struggling to comprehend the overwhelming assault. "This guy, what is this?" he thinks in agony. Even Lee Jin-sung, a seasoned fighter, is stunned by the sheer velocity of Daniel Park's attractive body's attacks. "Fast," he thinks, his eyes wide in disbelief. Daniel Park's attractive body pauses, breathing heavily, a bead of sweat tracing his temple. He's pushing himself to the absolute limit. His knuckles are bruised and bloodied from the relentless assault. He leans against the wall, visibly exhausted, but declares, "Next." Lee Jin-sung watches in disbelief, recognizing Daniel Park's attractive body as an outboxer like himself. Yet, he notes the visible damage from a previous fight. Daniel Park's attractive body's legs visibly tremble, a clear sign he's pushing past his limits. Daniel Park's original body observes the struggle, realizing Daniel Park's attractive body fights alone against useless underlings. A surge of competitive fire ignites within Lee Jin-sung. If he can beat Daniel Park's attractive body, he believes he can prove himself. Daniel Park's original body clenches his fists, a desperate hope looming. "I can win." Daniel Park's original body watches, a subtle smirk laying on his lips, wondering if the brutal exchange is finally over. But his expression quickly shifts to shock as something unexpected unfolds, a sudden twist in the fight. Lee Jin-sung, with a menacing grin, taunts Daniel Park's attractive body, revealing his own boxing background and hinting at a hidden strategy. "You box? I was once in a national tournament," he boasts. Daniel Park's original body recognizes the technique, a chilling realization dawning on him. That's," he exclaims in shock. Lee Jin-sung unleashes a brutal kick, striking Daniel Park's attractive body squarely in the gut, sending a shockwave of pain through him. Kick is a mirror image of the very attack Daniel Park's attractive body once used on Lee Jin-sung, a cruel irony of combat. Lee Jin-sung screams solar plexus punch as he follows up with a powerful blow, causing Daniel Park's attractive body to cough violently. Daniel Park's original body watches, coughing, understanding the strategy. Daniel Park's attractive body was exhausted, aiming for a quick finish, but Lee Jin-sung adapted, using the same outboxing techniques he had observed. Lee Jin-sung collapses to the ground, gasping for air, but still manages a weak taunt. "Hey, swindler." Daniel Park's attractive body, the weary, confronts Lee Jin-sung, questioning his earlier boast about a national tournament. Daniel Park's attractive body's face shows the toll of the fight, bruised and sweating. He mutters, "It's not enough to be fast," then sarcastically asks, "Does it hurt a lot?" Daniel Park's original body is ecstatic, celebrating his perceived victory against the bullies. "I won," he exclaims, tears of joy welling up. "I'm no longer a guy who was beaten." But then, a sudden realization hits him. Lee Jin-sung, despite his injuries, grins maliciously. He's on the phone, revealing a darker truth. "You're scared," he sneers. "We are third-year bosses." His cronies, Jin Ho and Soo Gun, rush to his side, asking if he's okay. Daniel Park's original body's joy turns to bitter rage. "Damn it," he curses, realizing he's out of strength. He screams at the bullies, "You dog shts, come here." Just as despair sets in, a new figure emerges, Vasco. He stands protectively in front of Daniel Park's original body, calmly telling him, "You should rest." Daniel Park, original body, protests, "I will do it," and warns Vasco not to act cool. But Vasco's appearance draws the attention of the other students, who whisper in awe and fear about his tattoos and speculate if he's a gangster. Vasco faces an overwhelming number of opponents who mock him for daring to fight alone.
"You want to die?" they taunt.
Vasco, undeterred, simply states, "I can do it," ready to take on all 17 or 18 of them.
Vasco declares, "Hyun Suk is behind me. Please take care of my behind." He then charges, yelling, "I'm going to attack. Follow me."
Daniel Park, original body, can only shriek in terror, "Wait!" Daniel Park, original body, eyes widen in sheer panic.
Wait, he cries out, realizing the impending danger. His face contorts in confusion as the situation takes another unexpected turn. Ha!
Just as Daniel Park, attractive body, processes the unexpected call, a familiar, powerful figure strides into view. It's Vasco, with his formidable crew, Burn Knuckle, right behind him.
Vasco's gaze is intense as he declares, "Don't leave us behind," before noticing Daniel Park, attractive body, and adding, "You're here."
Vasco, with a confident smirk, tells the person on the phone to rest, implying the situation is now under his control.
He then addresses Daniel Park, attractive body, as Bum J, a nickname.
Lee Jin-sung, already bruised and battered, reacts with a mix of shock and determination. He vows, "We'll take care of it," but his eyes widen as he recognizes a symbol, exclaiming, "That Marcus?" The camera pans across the distinctive brass knuckle logo emblazoned on the jackets of Vasco's crew. A voiceover reveals the fear associated with it. "I've heard about it. A group of first-year monsters from the western area." Vasco and his entire Burn Knuckle crew stand united, an imposing force. The name echoes with authority, Burn Knuckle. A close-up on Vasco's eye reveals his unwavering resolve, a silent promise of relentless action. Lee Jin-sung cries out in pain and fear, "You are ACK," as the fight intensifies around him. A powerful Burn Knuckle member, likely Vasco himself, seizes two opponents by their heads, slamming them together with brutal force.
The onlookers are stunned, uttering, "What?"
Another Burn Knuckle member unleashes a devastating kick, sending an antagonist flying with a violent impact.
Vasco stands stoically amidst the chaos, reflecting internally, "I didn't even care about him. He's the leader of Burn Knuckle?" Vasco turns to Daniel Park, attractive body, a hint of confusion in his eyes, and asks, "Bum J, how did you know where I was?"
Daniel Park, attractive body, grins, declaring, "It's our friendship.
We have telepathy between us now."
His crew, touched by the sentiment, responds,
"As I thought. I see."
Daniel Park, attractive body, then sheepishly admits, "I'm sorry, Vasco. I put a lover app on your phone some time ago. I got your location with GPS." Vasco's crew is utterly dismayed by the revelation. Vasco tries to downplay it, "But you all didn't have to come." But his friends are heartbroken, exclaiming, "What do you mean, Vasco? It's friendship." "I'm sad," and repeatedly, "We don't want to plant the seed. It's meaningless." Everybody. Vasco, regaining his composure, instructs his now dejected crew, "But you have to wear a helmet. We're all walking back home." The crew lets out a collective groan, Vasco. Suddenly, a large, menacing figure, Lee Tae-sung, lunges from behind, seizing Daniel Park, attractive body, in a powerful grip. "I caught you," he roars, as Daniel Park, attractive body, reacts with surprise. Lee Tae-sung grins sadistically, tightening his hold on Daniel Park, attractive body's shoulders. He threatens, "You're over as long as I catch you. I'm going to crush your shoulders, so make those guys stop." Lee Tae-sung applies immense pressure, attempting to crush Daniel Park, attractive body's shoulders. Daniel Park, attractive body, is visibly strained, but his expression remains unreadable. Daniel Park, attractive body, looks down, a slight smirk playing on his lips. He internally acknowledges Lee Tae-sung's strength, thinking he's a monster, but then questions, "Shoulder?" The swift, decisive motion, Daniel Park, attractive body's hand clamps down on Lee Tae-sung's arm. He dismisses the threat with a cold, "Don't be cheeky." Lee Tae-sung's face contorts in agony and disbelief as Daniel Park, attractive body's grip proves far stronger than anticipated. The pain is immediate and intense. In a display of overwhelming power, Daniel Park, attractive body, forces Lee Tae-sung to his knees, his arm twisted in a painful hold. Lee Tae-sung screams in defeat, "UWAAA." Two other gang members stare in utter shock, their faces pale. It's here," they exclaim, realizing the true power they are up against. Meanwhile, a Burn Knuckle member executes a precise shoulder press on an enemy who whimpers, "That really hurts." TT_TT. Lee Jin-sung watches the unfolding dominance with wide eyes. "In no way," he gasps, realizing he's pressing in one with his strength. The scene shifts to an empty alleyway where a motorcycle stands abandoned. The defeated gang members have fled, leaving only a lingering shout of "They ditched us." Daniel Park, attractive body, sits casually by the motorcycle, seemingly unfazed by the recent confrontation, lost in thought. A close-up reveals Daniel Park, attractive body's serene expression, hinting at a deeper contemplation. Off-panel voices buzz with urgency, "Hey, come here quick. Woo Jin called all the guys. What is it? Don't you know?" The atmosphere crackles with anticipation. A new group of delinquents gathers, led by the delinquent leader, reacting to the news. "3 guys? They came to get us," one exclaims, while another shouts, "What? Let's go." Daniel Park, attractive body, listens, a knowing smirk on his face. "If we go, they're gonna weep. Hee hee. All the second years are there as well. Hee hee." The sky above, calm and indifferent, serves as a stark contrast to the brewing storm. Daniel Park, attractive body, looks up, his expression hardening with cold confidence. If we go, they're gonna be dead. He. All the second years are there as well. He. With a cold, confident smirk, Daniel Park, attractive body, declared their opponents were already dead. Just then, Lee Jin-sung, the very person Daniel Park, attractive body, was defending, exhaled a plume of smoke, a picture of casual defiance. Daniel Park, attractive body, looked on, surprised, as Lee Jin-sung, battered on the ground, still managed to ask if Daniel Park, attractive body, was responsible for the chaos, praising his prowess. Lee Jin-sung, despite his injuries, waved off Daniel Park, attractive body's concern, assuring him that everything was fine and there was no need to worry. Daniel Park, attractive body, grinned, turning back to face the remaining threats. He commented that these guys always pick fights and he was tired of them, then beckoned someone closer. Daniel Park, attractive body, then advised Lee Jin-sung to quit smoking, winking as he suggested that quitting might even help him find a girlfriend. Lee Jin-sung, now with a lollipop in his mouth, retorted that he and another friend had also found lovers after quitting, then sharply demanded someone to come over immediately. Suddenly, Jang Hyun dashed forward, a desperate look on his face, attempting to evade the unfolding chaos. Jang Hyun's mind raced. He knew the boxer and the tattoo guy were too strong. He frantically searched for an escape route, realizing he was in a dire situation. As he tried to flee, a powerful force either slammed into him or narrowly missed, leaving him reeling and crying out in shock. He was branded a coward. Jang Hyun, in a moment of panic, declared he would get past his opponent in a second, thinking about the girls behind him that he needed to protect. Meanwhile, two other delinquents, one with spiky hair and the other heavily tattooed, stood menacingly, their presence adding to the tension. Jang Hyun, bewildered, took a direct punch, his body recoiling from the impact as he cried out in pain. His eyes widened in disbelief as he realized he had managed to avoid the full force of the blow. New resolve hardened Jang Hyun's expression. He acknowledged the kids behind him, realizing he couldn't avoid the fight any longer and had to stop his opponent, despite the earlier taunts of cowardice. A fleeting memory flashed. Daniel Park, original body, in his less attractive form, fiercely sparring with the fat victim student, a testament to his underlying strength. Back in the present, Daniel Park, attractive body, unleashed a precise jab, striking Jang Hyun with incredible force. Daniel Park, attractive body, settled into a boxing stance, a look of fierce determination on his face. He reflected on how he had failed this technique before, but now, his jab carried immense power. His foot shifted, taking one more step, driving deep inside, setting up for the next devastating blow. Then, Daniel Park, attractive body, unleashed a powerful hook connecting solidly with Jang Hyun. Jang Hyun screamed in agony, his face contorted in pain as the full force of the hook slammed into him. Another memory surfaced. Daniel Park, original body, training relentlessly, hitting a punching bag, a reminder that the techniques he had learned never truly succeeded until now. A close-up shot emphasized the raw power of Daniel Park, attractive body's fist, poised for another strike. Daniel Park, attractive body, then executed a swift, straight kick connecting with brutal efficiency. Jang Hyun's face was a mess of blood and bruises, a clear testament to Daniel Park, attractive body's overwhelming power. The surrounding delinquents stared in utter shock, their collective gasp of disbelief echoing the sudden turn of events. Two of the delinquents, now visibly agitated, cursed Daniel Park, attractive body, realizing with dawning horror that he was employing professional boxing techniques. An observer, perhaps a teacher, looked on with a stunned expression, grappling with the unexpected display of combat skill. The observer's eyes narrowed in a sudden realization. He had seen this exact fighting style before. A black and white flashback revealed Daniel Park, original body, carrying the unconscious fat victim student. This jogged a memory of the convenience store boy who knew Park Hyung-suk. Daniel Park, attractive body, himself was surprised, confirming his success. He wondered about the unconscious Woo Jin and the nature of their relationship, as the fighting positions and habits were identical. Daniel Park, attractive body, checks on Lee Jin-sung, who is still reeling from the shock and pain of the fight. Confusion and a small sob escape Lee Jin-sung as he tries to process what just happened. Vasco, ever the protector of justice, delivers a stern warning. He tells the unconscious antagonist to cherish his girl, implying a past transgression or a lesson learned from the fight. Girl kneels, tears streaming, her words echoing Vasco's sentiment. She laments how someone used her feelings against her. Tears stream down Vasco's face as he's reminded of his own past mistakes. Lee Jin-sung looks up at him, perhaps understanding the weight of his friend's emotions. The second-hand Rana incident concludes. Vasco, still shaken, decides they'll walk back, concerned about not having helmets. The scene cuts to a sleek, dark car, hinting at an unseen observer. The ominous dark sedan remains, a silent witness to the chaos. Inside the car, an observer in glasses watches the aftermath, a flicker of surprise in his eyes. The observer, called to the scene by someone named Yui, notes that the situation had resolved itself before he could intervene. His mind replays the rapid, brutal movements of Daniel Park, attractive body, in combat, a stark contrast to what he expected.
A deep realization dawns on the observer. Daniel Park, attractive body, had improved dramatically. He now understands why he wanted Daniel Park, attractive body, watched, sensing a hidden potential. Lee Jin-sung and the girl stare at a surprised large man, mistakenly identifying him as Jong Gun. Observer, now addressed directly, asks if they know him. They respond with fervent respect, admitting they had watched him from afar and considered it an honor. He clarifies his age, stating he's not older than them despite their deference, and reveals his intention to take the school qualification exam. The scene shifts to the next day as Daniel Park, original body, heads to school. At school, Daniel Park, attractive body, is confronted by a student accusing him of boxing. The student challenges him to another fight, questioning his honesty. The aggressor boasts about his potential, claiming Daniel Park, attractive body, couldn't defeat him if he were properly equipped, twisting past events to make himself seem stronger. Daniel Park, original body, observes the bully, noting his intimidating presence and recalling how he profited from taking expensive shoes from others. Sun approaches Lee Jin-sung, playfully inviting him to study for the upcoming exam, but he nonchalantly declines. Daniel Park, attractive body's eyes widen in shock as the word exam registers, a stark reminder of his academic responsibilities. The fundamental truth of his existence is laid bare. Daniel Park now possesses two distinct bodies. Daniel Park, attractive body, pushes his new physique to its limits, marveling at his incredible speed and endurance. He performs pull-ups effortlessly, reaching an astounding 100 repetitions. The sheer stamina and strength of this athletic body astound him. He reflects on the stark contrast between his two forms, acknowledging the incredible advantages of his attractive body while lamenting the pathetic state of his original self. New concern surfaces. Does this perfect body also come with a magnificent brain? The looming midterm exam, just weeks away, fills him with dread. His mother calls, her voice filled with cheerful encouragement, asking about the upcoming midterms. Daniel Park, original body, reassures her, while she expresses confidence in his hard work. She advises him to trust her and study diligently, to which Daniel Park, original body, dutifully agrees, a hint of anxiety still present beneath his calm facade. Day after his mother's firm advice, Daniel Park, attractive body, is seen diligently wiping tables, his phone pressed to his ear. His mother calls, promising to connect after work, to which he quietly assents, a subtle tension in his expression. Back in his original form, Daniel Park, original body's mind races. He reflects on his mother's tireless sacrifices and his own failures since transferring schools. A potent resolve hardens his gaze. He must ace these exams, declaring, "I can do it. Now I." As night descends, Daniel Park, original body, remains steadfast. He pores over his textbooks, his eyes fixed on the pages, determined to absorb every detail. Let's memorize at night. There's a lot of time till dawn, he thinks, pushing past exhaustion. The sheer volume of Korean, English, and math coursework overwhelms him. A new strategy forms in his mind. He needs to seek out the class's top student for proper guidance. The next day, the imposing school building looms. Daniel Park, attractive body, approaches someone, a request on his lips to be taught by the class's top-ranked student. With a friendly, confident smile, Daniel Park, attractive body, asks for a lesson. The identity of the top student, the one ranked first in their class, is about to be revealed. It is Jae Yeol, the quiet, blonde-haired student, who holds the undisputed top rank in their class. Jae Yeol responds with his usual stoic silence, a single ellipsis hanging in the air, his expression unreadable. Whispers ripple through the classroom as students notice the unusual interaction. "Hey, look," they murmur, a mix of surprise and curiosity at the sight. Jae Yeol remains impassive, his gaze steady, as Daniel Park, attractive body, continues to engage him. More students point and stare, their hushed exclamations of woe filling the quiet classroom as they witness the unexpected pairing. To everyone's astonishment, Jae Yeol begins to explain concepts to Daniel Park, attractive body, pointing to a book. The scene is splendid, as one observer notes, highlighting the rare sight of the silent genius actively teaching. Two female students are utterly bewildered, questioning how the usually silent Jae Yeol is conversing and even teaching Daniel Park, attractive body. They watch in disbelief as Jae Yeol demonstrates complex concepts. Meanwhile, the class president, observing Daniel Park, attractive body, diligently studying, seeds. He can't believe Park Hyung-suk is actually putting in effort, especially after having seemingly played around with Lee Jin-sung. His anger boils over, fueled by Jae Yeol's top rank. The class president's internal monologue continues, deeming Daniel Park, attractive body, pathetic for only now deciding to apply himself after having played around enough. The fierce glint in his eye, the class president vows to surpass Jae Yeol, scoffing at him for wasting time on a guy like that. His competitive spirit ignites, fueled by a desire to win. Outside, Daniel Park, attractive body, offers a casual hi and a friendly wave, greeting someone with his usual effortless charm. Daniel Park, original body, and Dukhwa, the fat victim student, exchange greetings, with Dukhwa saying, "Hi, Hyung-suk." They head towards the school library. Daniel Park, original body, expresses gratitude to Dukhwa, the fat victim student. He decides to study with him and another friend, driven by his new resolve. As they enter, students immediately notice a particularly handsome student. "Wow, he's handsome," they exclaim, wondering if Daniel Park, original body, and Dukhwa are his underlings. A close-up on the handsome student's profile emphasizes his striking appearance. The whispers continue, noting his unexpected fighting prowess and impressive height.
Inside the library, Daniel Park, original body, tries to find a seat but discovers someone has left belongings to reserve it.
He wonders aloud why the spot is occupied.
The reserved seat is covered in snacks and love notes, clearly belonging to a popular student. Daniel Park, original body, eyes the treats, wishing he could have one.
Duckwa, the fat victim student, praises Daniel Park, original body, exclaiming, "Wow, you're amazing, and I'm good at studying too." Daniel Park, original body, internally grapples with the irony.
He sees himself and Duckwa, the fat victim student, in a similar condition physically, yet wonders why Duckwa is so well regarded. Daniel Park, attractive body, looks on, a flicker of surprise in his eyes, perhaps sensing Daniel Park, original body's internal struggle and self-doubt. Daniel Park, original body, has a stark realization he has been hiding behind discrimination, allowing himself to give up entirely on his own potential. The vast, quiet expanse of the library stands as a silent witness to his internal awakening, a place where new paths might be forged. Elsewhere, Vasco clenches his jaw, his expression a turbulent mix of anger and confusion, perhaps reacting to a past injustice or contemplating a future challenge. School gates display the operating hours from 8:40 a.m. to 4 p.m., a routine that holds both opportunity and challenge for the students within. Back in the classroom, an unseen observer marvels at the wonderful sight of Daniel Park, attractive body, and Jae Yeol together, questioning how they became so incredibly close. The class president continues his diligent study, a smirk playing on his lips. He believes he should be good at studying at least, and with a dismissive Che, vows to wait and see how things unfold, confident in his own abilities. While the class president gloats in his own world, Jae Yeol is busy handing over a thick stack of notes. Daniel Park, attractive body, looks on in surprise, realizing his friend is offering him a shortcut to the top of the class. The whispers in the hallway confirm it. Those notes come from a tutor whose fees are astronomical. It's an elite advantage, and Jae Yeol is giving it away without a second thought. A humble thank you is all Daniel Park, attractive body, can manage. To study with the student ranked first in the class is a golden opportunity he can't afford to squander. But envy has a way of distorting the truth. The class president watches from his desk, his eyes burning with resentment as he labels Daniel a silver spoon bastard who doesn't deserve his luck. Grind doesn't stop when the sun goes down. In his original form, Daniel Park, original body, sits with Lee Jin-sung, the two of them trading knowledge in a desperate bid to improve. The contrast is jarring to the onlookers. They see the handsome Daniel and the stout Lee Jin-sung cruelly mocking them as a nobleman and his servant. The ridicule is relentless. They compare the two, laughing at what they deem to be failures, completely unaware of the fire and determination burning beneath the surface. Lee Jin-sung takes the brunt of the insults, his very presence becoming a punchline for those who only value the exterior. Daniel Park, original body, hears every word. He knows they don't care if he's listening, their voices dripping with a disdain that only fuels his resolve to succeed. Night shifts to the convenience store, where the study session continues. Sun sits across from Daniel, her sharp tongue pushing him to master the formulas he's struggling with. She doesn't hold back, teasing him about his lack of a girlfriend, oblivious to the fact that her presence is the only motivation he needs. As Sun prepares to leave, she issues a final command: memorize the formula or face the consequences tomorrow. The pressure is mounting. Alone in the quiet hours of the dawn, Daniel Park, original body, finds a clarity he never had before. He's done living pathetically, it's time to change his fate. Sun rises on exam day. The classroom is a silent battlefield, the air thick with the scratching of pens and the heavy weight of expectations. Daniel Park, attractive body, takes his seat. Everything he's worked for in both bodies comes down to these few hours. He looks at the first page and a wave of shock hits him. The logic, the patterns, he can actually solve them. The fog has finally lifted. It was right there in the textbook Jae Yeol gave him. The elite training is manifesting as pure, unfiltered success. Second period arrives, and the momentum only builds. Every answer he writes feels like a tribute to the hours spent grinding with Lee Jin-sung. By the third period, his hand is moving on autopilot. The things he memorized at dawn in his original body are flowing onto the paper perfectly. The realization is intoxicating. For the first time in his life, the effort actually feels worth it. He can solve the problems. But on the second day, disaster strikes during the math test. The clarity vanishes, replaced by a sudden, insurmountable wall. Every time he tries to focus on the formula, his mind drifts to Sunday. Her image is a distraction he can't shake, blocking the very answers he needs. Frustration boils over as he slams his head onto the desk. He curses his own pathetic weakness, terrified that he's going to fail when it matters most. He thinks of his mother, the guilt gnawing at his gut. He promised her he would do better, that he would be someone she could be proud of. Far away, in the quiet, dilapidated alleyway of his home, the other half of his existence is about to play its part. Daniel Park, original body, jolts awake. The transition is sudden, a jarring shift from the bright classroom to the familiar shadows of his room. Then, a realization hits him like a bolt of lightning. He can change bodies even when they are miles apart. The proximity rule was a lie.
Doesn't waste a single second.
Grabbing his book, he starts studying from his bed, using this body to find the answers that the other one lost.
Snap.
Just as quickly, he's back in the attractive body, sitting in the middle of the exam hall with a mind full of fresh information.
The shock is visible on his face.
The transition was seamless, and the memory of the formula is burning bright in his mind. He stares at the paper, the answer that was missing seconds ago now crystal clear. He has cracked the code.
He can get full marks.
Turning to Jin Ho, he makes a desperate, final request. If I fall asleep again, wake me up with everything you've got. The race to the finish line is on. The desperate plea hangs in the air as the classroom falls silent. A voice cuts through the tension, announcing the top rank of the exam. Daniel Park, attractive body, stares wide-eyed as the name Park Hyung-suk echoes.
He's ranked first. A wave of disbelief washes over him.
Whispers erupt as students marvel at Daniel Park, attractive body's effortless success.
Even Lee Jin-sung, once a class bottom feeder, finds a glimmer of hope, believing his mother would be proud. But for Lee Tae-sung, the news is a bitter pill.
Seething with rage, he declares the exam meaningless and challenges Daniel Park, attractive body, to a boxing match, his pride shattered by ranking last.
Meanwhile, Daniel Park, original body, slumps asleep at his desk, oblivious to the drama.
His classmates mock him, speculating if he's crying for not being first. A close-up reveals Daniel Park, original body's tear-streaked face, his inner turmoil laid bare. He questions why he can't achieve what others do, despite their hard work.
Daniel Park, attractive body, sits composed, yet a deep unease stirs within him.
He senses something is fundamentally wrong, a feeling that his achievements are unearned. Internal conflict intensifies, a silent battle over the legitimacy of his success and the effort he didn't put in. A female student congratulates Daniel Park, attractive body, while he internally struggles with the irony of his success and his true academic standing, knowing he would have failed math in his original body. Daniel Park, original body, is lost in thought, remembering how his attractive counterpart excelled in everything rap, music, and studies all at once, a stark contrast to his own struggles. Once again, Daniel Park, original body, is seen asleep at his desk, a symbol of his exhaustion and the overwhelming challenges he faces. His eyes snap open, filled with a sudden, desperate realization.
The weight of his inaction crashes down on him. On the phone, Daniel Park, original body, hears his mother's overjoyed voice, celebrating his attractive body's first-place ranking. The praise feels hollow, a painful reminder of his hidden reality.
His internal monologue rages.
Everyone else is doing something, achieving, moving forward.
He alone feels stagnant, sitting idly while his other self reaps the rewards. Scene shifts to an empty outdoor gym, a silent testament to the effort required for change. The equipment waits, unused, under the pale sky. Daniel Park, original body, is seen struggling, running with a desperate, bewildered expression. The exertion is clear on his face, a raw display of his newfound commitment. His face contorts with effort, sweat pouring down as he pushes his body. He acknowledges the universal struggle, now dedicating 30 minutes to running after work. A serious, determined gaze from Vasco, a figure of strength and discipline, seems to inspire Daniel Park, original body, from a distance, a silent mentor in his journey. A surge of conviction ignites within him. I can do it, too. He resolves to change himself, to bridge the gap between his two lives through sheer willpower. Yet, even with his renewed determination, Daniel Park, original body, collapses, panting heavily.
The finish line, his ultimate goal of self-improvement, still feels impossibly distant.